Hello and welcome back to another episode of Podcast 572. It is episode 100. Woo-hoo. I'm your host, as always, Kyle. I am joined by a lot of people today, most we've ever had.
Full house.
So Dan and Matt are here, but we're also joined by former co-host Erik, who is joining us again.
I'm here.
And once again, Mr. Ryan Niemiller is joining us.
Hello.
So we just have a big full house, lots to talk about. We would have recorded last week. I got bronchitis, so
selfishly
exactly. So we'll jump right into what we've been playing. So for me, there's been a lot. I finally sat down while I was sick and finished up the story of Clair Obscur. So we will not spoil anything here because I know, Erik, you're planning on playing it at some point.
I'm going to play it this year. Totally.
I know, yeah. Matt, you were interested in playing it. What I will say, and I'll dance around it because I don't want to spoil anything, it did not go in the direction. I would have never guessed what the actual thing that is going on in that game is what is going on.
Yeah, I think if you're paying a lot of attention, you can kind of get it, but it's still, and I will say it's kind of a trope when it comes to
a little bit.
Other games have done something similar, but I think that this game does it the best.
I would say it feels kind of like a Final Fantasy-ish trope, like how it's handled, but in a good way. So there are two different endings you can pick. I have seen both of the endings. I can tell you there's one that I think is the better of the two endings, but I without spoiling anything, I would also tell you, and I don't think this, saying it as loosely as this, it won't spoil anything. The ending that I more or less gravitate toward is the one that is the darker of the two endings.
They're both not good.
They're both pretty dark. Yeah. They're both pretty dark, but there was one specifically that the one that I picked in the game, and then I YouTubed the other one because I wasn't. You probably can go back and fight the final boss again. I didn't want to do that. And also, like, I had done some level grinding, so when I got to the final boss, it wasn't really that big of a challenge, and so foolishly at that point, I finished the final boss, whatever, and then went back. I was like, oh, I'll be able to go anywhere, and then went into, I think, like the Dark Shores or something it's called.
Yeah, that's the place
destroyed.
That's the first place you go in the game when that scene on the beach.
Okay,
that's what that place is, and you think you're meant to be able to go there.
Destroyed, and was like, nope. My characters are like level 62 and 3 now. Like,
I love going into a boss and being over leveled. That's like the best.
Yeah, I went into it because when I got to the second to last boss, which is like the end of Act 2, I was like, I had a little bit of a problem, and that's when I went and level grinded, came back, was no fine, but then I had a little hesitation going into the final boss because basically the way that game's structured is the third act of the game. It's basically like you can go to this one part of the map, fight the final boss, or you can just go explore the rest of the map. And there's all sorts of fun, weird shit that you can do. It is a little bit weird how much there is that you can do in that third act instead of going to the final boss that they kind of just save. Like, there's a lot of different like plot lines.
Oh, there's a ton of stuff left over.
Of stuff that you like an overwhelming amount that I would have expected to be part of the main story, but I guess it really isn't. But I don't like. I think all in all, when I was done with what I'm done with in the game now, I'm at around the 50-hour mark. And again, like we've talked about it. It's been talked about at length, like how good the game is. But again, it's a $50 game that has more content.
Yeah,
in it than like most $70 games. So
that's awesome.
It's a tremendous achievement of a video.
It's no Mind's Eye. Let's be real.
No.
Hey, but don't talk bad about Mind's Eye in here.
I'm not. Have you
played Mind's Eye yet or no?
No, I've just heard enough about it. It's almost as if I have played it. I've gotten enough secondhand experience,
man. So Clair Obscur's, like, story wise, it's done. Another game that I played during our interim while we were off, I bought this when it came out, and then I just sat in my Steam library for a couple weeks, and then I finally decided I'd sit down and run through it. I didn't realize that it was going to be a short game, so I put up a video on it on the channel as well. But Hellmart, which is like a cross between a supermarket simulator and a horror game. But
I think I've seen clips of that on Instagram.
What I didn't know is that it's more of a horror game experience. It's not like if you're somebody that likes these, like me, that likes these simulator games and like gets addicted to them and spends hundreds of hours.
Management.
It is not one of those games.
Yeah.
It is a contained story that's set within a week. You work at this weird supermarket. There's weird shit going on. There's weird customers. You're trying to figure out what's going on. It's very good, but I didn't know going into it that it was going to be like a 3-hour thing. So it does have a couple different endings and stuff, but without spoiling anything in the game, I really enjoyed it. There's a review of it on the channel. It's not very expensive. It's like $12, $13, but very, very good game. Right now, it's only on Steam.
That seems a little high for 3 hours, but I don't know.
It's
maybe
meant
that's
to
just
be
me.
played multiple times.
Oh,
it has
okay,
3 different
okay.
endings.
Oh, right. You said that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to play it 3 times, but I enjoyed my time with it. Bookshop Simulator, I literally got done with like the content in that game, and that's been kind of like my go-to simulator game. And then I think it was last Saturday, they're like, here's another update with more stuff. We added this cafe thing now and everything. So I went back, did all that content. That's done now. And then I kind of got like done with that game, put it on the shelf, was looking through my Steam library of other simulator games I played. I tried to
how many of these you own at this point?
too many.
God.
Way too many.
Yeah, if you just go into your Steam and just type in simulator, how many
Pretty much
come up?
Well, one of them I got was Recycling Center Simulator or something like that.
Of course.
Not fun. Like at some point you get to a point with these simulator games where you're just like, this wouldn't be fun to do in real life. So that's how I felt about that one. But I did finally try fast food simulator. That's the one I've been playing right now, and it's pretty solid. It is one of the few that has co-op. So which is, I have not tried that part of it yet, but it is, you basically run a burger food chain. So you're flipping burgers, serving customers. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I guess the big release of the week, and I've played about 3 hours of it. Ironically, I have played the game. It was not purchased for me. I purchased for my fiance, and she has not played it yet. And that is High on Life 2.
There you go.
He tries to pretend like he doesn't like High on Life.
No, so my thing is I like the original High on Life. The problem is I've seen it too many fucking times in my house. So, and it's always like every time I go out into the living room or I'm like passing by, my fiance's playing the game, it's always like the same 3 parts of the game that I see over and over and over again, where I'm like, I don't know. It just happens to be the part. But
it's how I feel right now with my son as he discovered Toy Story.
There you go.
Every time I walk out, and I love Toy Story, but that's too much Toy Story.
And that's how it is with me in High on Life. I'm like, this is too much of the original game. But I was always interested in a sequel for it. This game, I was more interested in the skateboarding aspect of it, and that is probably the best part of it, is how well that works. It kind of reminds me. So this one, in comparison to the first game, it reminds me. It's kind of a cross between Sunset Overdrive and Titanfall. Like how the skateboard controls.
Natural for that game to be,
and it works really well.
It's ridiculous.
So, with that being said, I have run into some glitches. The first boss of the game, I literally started shooting this person. They disappeared in the middle of the map and just never reappeared. I had to load my checkpoint, and then because I spent like 5 minutes skating around this arena. I'm like, where is this dude? And he keeps yelling out to me, but I can't find him. So I just reloaded the checkpoint, and then he was there.
That's wild.
I had another weird cutscene where the knife character that's in your hand, Knifey, is talking to you, and he just fucking disappeared, but he's still talking to me. So your hand's holding it up like this, but there's no character in your hand. That was a good one. They did put out a patch today, but I haven't tried it since. I did get, so the other part of it is really cool, and I think this one is it has a good follow-up story to the original one. It makes sense in the context of what is going on in this world, in this universe that they built for this franchise, but the part that I just did in the game is basically a mini game where you're just playing Clue with different characters. It's a murder mystery, and they give you like the Clue card. You have to go talk to the people. You have to look for the evidence. And it's very well done. So I'm actually really enjoying my time with it. I'll have more to say. I'm going to try and grind through it before Resident Evil next week. I can't imagine it's a super long game. I just laughed at I've put time into it, but my fiance hasn't even touched it yet. So, and that was her big thing. The only other thing that I played, and Dan, you played a little bit, Eric, we've been playing together, is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
we've gone back to Sea of Thieves on PS5, and
that game's fun.
It is a better game today than it was when it came out.
Yep.
So
it
has a sense of direction.
I even think that when we played it when it came out, it was fun. It just didn't have anything to do.
No, I don't think there was a lot of guidance to what you were supposed to do.
No, it was really more of like a hangout and it was meant to be like other people were there too, and they would, you'd be battling against each other. I don't think we've seen another person playing this game, have we?
We had the one ship that sank us. Remember?
I don't know if that was people. I thought that was just more AI shit because we fought a couple.
Ship? It was a ghost ship.
Oh no!
Like 25% ghost ships, to be fair.
Gosh.
Yeah, but it's been pretty fun just running around exploring and finding the treasure and stuff, and then. Typical
bumbling
fashion,
into those ancient ruins.
A typical fashion, like this game's just full of random bullshit at some times, and completely stumbling into a weird boss fight, and then getting a key and going to another island and getting a whole bunch of loot, and then on the way back to try to sell it, we fucking drove into some barrels and everything exploded, and that was real bad.
Yeah,
because nobody saw it coming. But yeah, I mean, the game's a lot of fun to just kind of mess around in. Will we ever get all 300 trophies? Probably not.
No, absolutely not. It's
fucking insane with trophies.
Yeah, they just keep adding trophies to that game too. Like with each season.
It's weird because I don't think, like I said, I don't think too many people play this. So why are we still getting content for Sea of Thieves in 2026?
I was seeing something on the subreddit today that people were complaining that the servers are just empty.
Yeah.
There's just no one in it. Yeah. So I think there's something that I saw come up that they're going to allow people to host private servers. But you have to pay. You have to pay for that privilege.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Can't have that one.
No.
It can't be old school Battlefield games where you'd log in and just they'd have the server list and it would show where people are playing back when you didn't have to pay for that stuff.
And I think this is kind of our game until that Diablo expansion drops in April.
Yeah,
because that's kind of the next thing we're looking at, So, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been more fun to return to than I thought it would be. So
it looks like the average player count over the past 30 days on Steam has been around 3,000 people.
Yeah, it's not very
high.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just for Steam
it down to one server.
Yeah.
3,000 people per server.
There you go. Make it just a mess.
Yeah. make it impossible to sail anywhere. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Man. But that wraps up pretty much what I've been playing. I'm getting ready for Resident Evil next weekend, so avoiding those spoilers as much as I can.
Oh, so no. They're all out there though. But don't worry, Capcom told people not to spoil it, so I'm sure you're okay.
I'm sure people won't do that.
I'm sure it won't be every other reel on Instagram. Watch Leon get his head cut off, and that's going to be the first thing everybody sees. Because the whole thing was a swerve. Leon's only in the first 15 minutes of the game.
There you go.
There you go.
It's Metal Gear
Solid 2 situation.
Yeah,
there you go. Pretty much. What about you, Dan? What have you been playing?
I'll save the big one for last, but been playing a lot more Fallout 76, just trying to doing that expansion stuff finally, the ghoul stuff. It's fun because it adds some new end game content to the game where you're fighting a lot of powerful things, which is I'm level 115, but there's people on that I play with that are level 2000, which is absurd to me. But at least gives everybody something to do for that and get better stuff. It's just a fun game to check into. The only other new thing I've really played is that A Little to the Left game, which is basically unpacking or anything like that, where you're just organizing and sorting things.
It's kind of the asshole cat, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's fun. It's one of those things where it's just kind of fun because there's no, I guess, pressure to do anything, but you're just sorting pencils by color, and then sometimes by how sharp they are and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty short, but it's a fun little experience, to just kind of put the batteries away in the case and
Sounds calming.
Yeah, it is. And like put stickers on a calendar and stuff like that. It's just kind of.
Is that one of those games that's on like the Plus thing? Or
yeah, it was free.
Okay.
Or it's free, free on the Plus thing. But it's a fun little game to just kind of like unwind and do. And then they do a thing where it's like the only problem I have with the game in terms of like trophies and stuff is they do this thing where it's like every day there's a new puzzle, which is just a repeat of a puzzle you've already played in the game.
Yeah,
but don't worry, you have to do like 75 of those. And it's once a day. It's once a day. It resets at midnight.
Gosh.
You can't set like your PlayStation clock ahead a day and do the next one. So I'm not doing all that. That's not worth it to me. But yeah, that game's kind of fun. It's very much like unpacking vibes. I like unpacking more, but it's the same kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And then we'll talk about the true banger. Is so Borderlands 4 is on pause until 2 more DLCs come out and give me the vehicles I need, and then I'll have the platinum for that because I don't feel like
pause the misery to get even more
miserable. Is this game worse than Borderlands 4? The answer is a hard yes. The game is Suicide Squad.
Kill the Justice
League.
Man.
So I talked about it a couple months ago because I did like the tutorial, right? Where like you're forced to play as every character because they all move differently, and they had to teach you that. And now we're actually like playing the story and just like this game's fucking terrible. It's really bad. Like I almost don't understand how it exists because we're talking about these are the people that made the good Batman games.
Yes.
I don't think that those people worked there when they made this because there's no way. This game is a giant team mess. It's just a mess of a game. It tries so hard to be like witty and funny and like I told you I'll admit there are a couple times where I've laughed because they've written King Shark very well. Okay. I told you my favorite thing is like so one of the first things you have to do is like raid the Hall of Justice to get or like a museum or something. I don't even know what the fuck it is because I'm just so blacked out when I play this game. But they get like so Harley gets Batman's drone and that's how you get around, and Boomerang gets like a speed gauntlet and that's how he gets around and stuff. And because they're all trying to figure out, I think the whole point is they're trying to figure out how to like get out the roof of this place. So they're all picking up these different things, and then King Shark, he's like, I don't need it. I can just jump. And he just proves he can jump real high in the game. But then he picks up this hat, and it's like Riddler's bowler hat. Okay. And Harley makes fun of him, and she goes, oh, yeah, that hat can make you turn invisible or whatever. So then he just slowly puts the bowler hat on it. He just kind of stands there. Like that's and then, but it's funny because later on when you're getting like attacked by Batman, and Batman's like taking everybody out because it looks almost like an inverse of the Arkham games where you're the prey kind of thing. After he takes out somebody, you just see King Shark reach back and he puts the hat back on because he thinks it makes like it's little dumb shit like that that's getting me. But like the entire rest of the story is so mind numbing because Brainiac took over and then like you got the Green Lantern and Wonder Woman and all this shit, and it's just like I don't care. I so don't care at all because like Green Lantern starts off as like the first guy that like antagonizes you, and he like grabs you these gauntlets, and then you're forced to sit through like a 4-minute cutscene when he drags you around the city to show you what Brainiac's doing, and then you fight him. Flash saves you because Flash is good, but then Flash is evil, and then he got corrupted, and then like Boomerang accidentally cuts off his finger, and it's just what? He's like, I forget why it happens, but like Flash is like hurt. I think Green Lantern hurt him, and he like pushes him up against the thing, and he like digs his boomerang in him, and then he somehow accidentally cuts off Flash's finger. But then it's a good thing he did because then you can get into the real part of the Hall of Justice where you can get to the other side. But then Wonder Woman shows up, but she's good and she's fighting back, and God, it's just the thing that drives me crazy about the game is every mission you do is maybe 3 minutes long, and it's literally like go to a place and then do whatever they want you to do, which is like defend this thing or kill 15 guys or pick up 15 things and put them in a bucket. And
scintillating.
And then after that's over, the mission's over. And then you just go to the next one. But the game has a fun twist where whoever did the best in the mission by arbitrary score is now the team leader. And only the team leader can designate what mission you actually do. If you're not the team leader, you can suggest one. What the fuck is this? Like, who cares?
You're playing for host advantage.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. But the thing is like, it's not host advantage if we're playing the game cooperatively to go through it.
Right.
No, not
the next person is logically going to pick the next story mission, and not one of these awful side missions, which are just repeats of the story missions. So there's that aspect of it. The second part of it is it doesn't play good at all. Even though, like, some of these characters have the fucking Speed Force, it feels like you're running through Jello. Because everyone is
awful.
So, like, King Shark is probably a character who should feel like he has weight to him, right?
Yeah.
Should hardly, because she does. She can barely run. She can't jump. But that's like the whole point of the character. Maybe it's because one of her special weapons is a giant fucking minigun, which is all but useless. Or how about the loot system in the game, which has all of your typical legendary, rare, uncommon, common, but none of it makes any sense because none of it means anything. I got a legendary SMG that's worse than the first gun I picked up. Why is it legendary? What's the point of this?
Weren't they trying to do like a bunch of microtransaction stuff in the game too?
Probably. It's probably buried somewhere in the goddamn mess of a menu the game has, where it has 12 fucking sub things at the top where it's like...
That's too many.
It's just, it's so much. There's so many menus and sub-menus and systems and subsystems. And there's so many controls. Like, one of the controls is like hold L1 and hit circle, but then shooting is R2. But then it's also, there's a new one we just got, which is hit square and X at the same time. Do you need shields back? Shoot an enemy in the leg and shields will pop out. The fuck are you talking about? Like, none of this makes it. It's just everything the game wants you to do is like counterintuitive to what you should be doing. The city
you sold me on it.
The city's empty except for giant fucking tanks that just roam around and can shoot through walls. Are they supposed to be able to shoot through walls? No, it's pretty clearly a glitch because the laser will come through a wall and nothing happens. So that's not right. Or how about when we were playing a Deadshot, who's the computer character, because you're forced to have 4, fucking disappeared from cutscenes. But the gun strapped to his back didn't. So in every cutscene, it'll pan over to him, and there's a floating gun, and then it says some stupid Deadshot line, and it's ridiculous because it's meant to be taken serious, but he's just a fucking floating gun. And this is like not even just in cutscenes, in gameplay too. This persisted for over an hour.
How has this not been patched?
I don't know. This game's been out for years. And
is anyone still working on it?
I can't imagine. So I'm surprised it still works. To be fair, so this persisted for over an hour, where every cutscene, every action thing, it's just a floating gun dancing around like in this fucking shot while he's talking. And then we got forced into like a real cutscene, and then he came back. Okay. But also at another time, there was a time where everyone's outfits disappeared. And it was just like back to like the basic thing, but why? Who knows? And then it came back later. God, they introduce like side characters for side missions, like Lex Luthor and who else is there?
Isn't there like little girl Poison Ivy's in this game?
Oh yeah, Poison Ivy. She's canonically dead in this universe, except she's back as a little kid. And believe you me, they sure do make a lot of creepy references to Harley and her, who are in a relationship in the comics and everything. But this is clearly like a 7-year-old child.
Yeah,
it's odd. Like they talk about how weird it is, but then she says things she shouldn't say.
What's the explanation for her being like she's just reborn or something?
The plants brought her back. I don't fucking know. I don't even think they told me. Like they might have said something at some point where like she was reborn or whatever, but now that she's back, she can add elements to my weapons. That's her whole purpose in the game.
Because remember they did like a reverse thing of that on the Gotham show. Remember she was a younger girl and then they pushed her down like some shaft, and then she came out was like 10 years older. Yeah. And it's like no,
this is backwards. Okay. So she can add elements to your weapons, and then there's another guy. I don't even know who it is, but he can craft weapons, and then there's the toy maker who can build other things, and then there's we'll see. What's the other guy's name? I don't know. The guy who makes. Get ready for it. This game has vehicles in it that fly. They're terrible. They blow up immediately. They're not fun to drive. They don't control well. They're
How
hard.
many hours
They're hard to get in and out of. I don't know, 5, 6.
Okay.
We've killed the Flash. Wow, It was great. He runs in circles and then he stops and you shoot him and then you go up and you shoot him some more and then he runs in circles and then you shoot him and then he stops. It's like that's the whole fucking thing.
You sold me. You sold me. Stop.
Fucking terrible.
Stop drilling. You've hit oil. All right.
It took 4 hours for them to teach me that I can throw grenades, which are pointless. It's just. It's such a terrible experience, and it fails on every level.
Yeah. How bad is that platinum?
Play the whole thing, max out every character.
Which
I don't.
That sucks.
The thing is, I don't know how much that means, or what that is.
Yeah, because you're still on your starting character.
Yeah, because I think it's only level 30 for each, and I'm like 10 or 11. So I'm leveling at a decent speed. And then don't worry, when you level up, you do get a skill point, which you can put in one of 3 skill trees, all of which make no sense. And I'm not going to invest my time into reading what does what, because it doesn't seem like there's a purpose, because the whole purpose of the game seems to be shoot things with guns. Like the common Batman trope of shoot everything with guns. Even the shark shoots guns. Like, I mean, what the fuck are we doing? And then, I think because I bought the digital deluxe, I had enough fake money to buy the battle pass.
Oh no.
Which I don't even know. I think I bought the Joker battle pass. I don't even know. I don't know how that works.
I think
they don't explain
when
it.
they did that like digital flash sale on that game, it was like the digital deluxe version that they put up for like $5 or something.
Oh yeah, I don't think I paid more than like $8. But
no.
I am using the Joker battle pass. I know you care. What that means, I don't know.
Is he in the game? Like, is there?
I thought so. Aren't there DLC characters? I can't even tell. I'm not giving an option.
I want to say he is in the game. He looks really like more goofy than normal. Because I remember,
you might say.
I remember when the game came. No, he doesn't have a damage tattoo on his forehead. No, they won't.
This is the Arkham Knight suite of characters, not the
But he doesn't look
Suicide
like
Squad movie suite of characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it right.
I want to say they did.
Sorry,
and he looks goofy. So
I think I've seen a picture of him in game, but I thought you were able to play as these people, but maybe not. Because I thought another one was like Deadshot's daughter and like Mrs. Freeze.
Yeah,
and, like,
you are right. Mrs. Freeze was one of them.
And Deathstroke, I think, is the other one.
Because the Mrs. Freeze thing was also
I could give a shit. I don't have to play those people. I'm not going to do it. It's fun. I'm glad I'm finally getting it out of the way. But like, oh man, I don't know what they did.
Rough.
Like, you could play good games.
Well, no, I can't.
Good.
I don't do that.
Sorry.
But I just like everything about this game makes me question like the people, like what happened to that studio and like who approved this mess.
Seriously,
yeah. This was at a time when it was like live service is the way of the future. So we have to live service everything we possibly can.
Well, because was there path? Because they did Arkham Knight, and then was Arkham
Knight
Origins?
Arkham Origins was 2013.
No,
that wasn't
okay.
Arkham Knight was the last thing they made, and that was in 2015. And around that time, when they were probably pitching the next thing, because they were like, we don't want to make another Batman game. Live service was the big thing.
A Wonder Woman game? Wasn't there supposed to be a thing?
No, the Wonder Woman game was made by the people that made Arkham Origins.
Right, but that's
gone. Okay.
And then that got canceled.
How could I mix all this up? It's so easy to keep track of.
And then that got canceled. So
and then the other weird thing about this game existing is the fact that Gotham Knights exists. And like Gotham Knights, as someone who's platinum Gotham Knights,
man,
that game was clearly meant to be, even though it wasn't part of that Arkhamverse, it clearly was meant to be like at least adjacent to it. But the fact that Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad both exist is very strange because they try to be similar games. And
I feel like Gotham Knights is probably a better game, though, isn't it?
So it says in the wiki fandom for this that
that's
Harley
a sad
Quinn
job to have is updating the wiki fandom for Suicide Squad. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, like someone's getting paid.
That guy. Let's get that guy in the podcast.
But the playable characters are Harley Quinn, Boomerang, Deadshot, King Shark, Joker, Miss Freeze, Lawless, and Deathstroke.
Okay, so those are the characters I thought.
Deathstrokes.
I don't know how to do that. If that's something that they hide behind, like beating the game, that's disgusting. Like, I can't imagine a person who would want to play this game again after beating.
You don't have to 100% like those characters, do you? Like,
no, they're not mentioned at all.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank God.
You're lucky there.
Oh my God, it's gonna be bad.
Prolong the misery. You've been playing this game till December.
It already feels like it.
That's wild.
Yeah, this game is real bad. I don't have more to talk about. I can't wait to kill the rest of the Justice League, who, as you know, spoiler, I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure they're not even the Justice League. I think they're just clones.
No,
I think that's what it is,
if I remember correctly.
Superman?
He has not been mentioned yet.
Okay.
No, Superman's in it. Yeah, he is in it. He's probably one of the last.
The only things that have happened so far is Green Lantern attacked us. Flash was good, then he was bad. Wonder Woman showed up and attacked us, but she's good. We killed the Flash. And then, Batman abducted us, but he didn't kill us because the Flash stopped him.
Right.
And then, this is all normal stuff. And then Green Lantern's back and he's pissed. Like, that's all I can tell you right now. Because we killed the Flash.
Sure.
Wow. This game's
wild.
But that's it for me.
It's going to be very entertaining. I'm excited.
I think I'm playing more tomorrow.
Wait.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
What about you, Matt? You've been playing.
So no surprise, more Arc Raiders. They have their the new I don't even want to know what to call it, season coming out this week. So
I know what you mean. Like their event.
Yeah, thank you. The new event that's coming out this week. So it's going to be interesting to see what they add or what they do. I did pick up Reanimal. It came out last week. I picked it up from Best Buy on Thursday, and I put it in. I've only gotten as far as essentially the demo played through.
Okay.
So I haven't gotten too much further into it, but I mean, I can already say it's way better than the Little Nightmares 3 that I played so far.
Well,
so I mean,
this is the team that made the first two Little Nightmares, right?
Yeah, this is the team that should have made the third one too, because the third one was, I mean, like I told you, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't the same game from the first two, which is kind of like, okay, so if it's that case, just rename it something different. If you don't want to pick up where it was left off, it's just kind of like garbage.
Little Nightmares Origins.
That would have been fine. That would have been fine. I would have took that, but not the third one. And the first two were fantastic, and this one was not. But this Reanimal so far has been really good. I'm not really worried about it. I did pick up Just Cause 2 the last time we talked, because we started talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't played the second one, but I played the third and the fourth one. So I was like, let me just go ahead. And when I saw it, it was on like sale for like, I think $3.99.
Second one's arguably the best.
Probably the best one.
Yeah, that's what Kyle was saying.
Was that the one that the kids at GameStop always wanted, or was it 3?
All the time, because it was an easy like GTA adjacent game to pitch.
It's fantastic so far. I mean, it's destruction really and a grappling hook. You don't need anything else in your life except
grappling hook's great. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Hey, Harley Quinn has a grappling hook in the Suicide Squad game. I don't know if anybody cares.
Wow.
Did they?
I was wondering.
I'm bringing every conversation back to Suicide Squad. So.
Finally.
Can we please?
It's what this podcast has been missing for 100 episodes. Not enough suicide.
The final boss is the true Suicide Squad, if you think about it. Because of the pact we all agreed to, remember?
Of course. I'll go first.
Another thing I actually downloaded and played is this game called Restory. It's on playtest mode right now. But what it is you take over like this kiosk in like Japan in the 2000s, and people are bringing you their broken electronics and you're repairing them. Okay. And then, they're paying for the repairs. Essentially, it's another simulator style game, but I'm really into that kind of thing right now. Mm-hmm. And so like to see it in game form is actually pretty funny. I think I repaired a Tamagotchi. Tons of cell phones, an Atari that's actually labeled Atari, which was actually really cool. It's a nice thing to see. they've got other things like you can get licenses to repair. I think it's like PSPs. They call them something else. I think it's like PMPs or something like that.
Okay.
Imps. Nice.
There you go.
But it's a lot of fun.
Like the Suicide Squad, the characters in the game Suicide Squad.
We're back. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm in on that whenever it gets like fully put out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty good. But that's all I've been running right now.
What about you, Eric?
Nothing current. I can tell you that. Forgot.
You live in the past.
Yeah, apparently. And I closed the document. There we go. Yeah, so probably the biggest one that I spent the most time on recently has been the original Red Dead Redemption. They put out that patch on PS5. Mm-hmm. So it runs at 60 frames, has HDR, all that kind of stuff. That game still plays really, really fantastic. I got the platinum, did everything. I got 100% in Undead Nightmare. That game is great. There's obviously no online trophies in Red Dead 1.
Makes it much easier to platinum,
yeah. So that game was a very fun platinum to get. Just there's still a few bullshitty things in that game, but there's been enough people that have been working on platinuming that game for enough years where they know all the little tricks. So if I got frustrated with something, it was just like, use this horse and do this. Done. Easy. So, that one was a lot of fun to go back to. That led me to wanting to play a GTA game. And we talked about it in our group chat, but they put out that definitive edition of the GTA 3 Vice City San Andreas. It was on sale for $20 a few weeks ago. So I picked that up. I never played GTA 3 originally when it came out, because when that came out, I was 12 and I was not allowed. I couldn't buy it myself. So I didn't buy my first GTA game until GTA 4. So I completely missed the PS2 era. And on top of that, I never owned a PS2. I had a GameCube. So yeah, it was interesting to go back to it. The definitive edition, it runs fine. That game is
now.
I definitely ran into a few chug moments here and there, but they were pretty minimal. The cars still control like shit. And the side missions that you have to do X amount of to get the 100% are an absolute nightmare. And any guide that you read basically has you do all of the collectibles and side stuff before you even do the first main mission, which is okay if they were all playable. The taxi thing was fine. I did 100 taxi fares. That was okay. But once it gets into the ambulance territory, we have to do 20 ambulance pickups, and the ambulance can only hold 3 people. And by the time you get to the last mission, you have to pick up 12 people around the city. So you pick up 3, drop them off, pick up 3, and it's all timed. And you get time bonuses when you pick up these people. I think really my main gripe with that game is that it feels like every other mission is on a timer. Like that, I think that was just an artificial way to make things difficult in that era. And that timer is just, I hate games that have timers. I really, really do. So I'm going to probably put that one aside for a little bit because I don't have the nostalgia for it. So I did not have the patience for it.
Did you do any of the RC car missions?
Yeah, Kyle asked me about that too. Those are actually easy for the 100% in GTA 3.
I remember that being a fucking nightmare at the end of the game.
So I think what it is that we're remembering, because we were talking about before we started recording, is Vice City has the same thing, but it's RC helicopter.
I remember that too, but I remember having a problem with 3. And I think now that I think more about it, I think it's a specific mission.
It might be, because I only did the first 2 in the first island.
Yeah, I think the third island has...
I was just on the first one.
A mission where you have to drive one behind a guy who's driving away.
Okay.
And you can't get too close or anything.
It's been a very long time. I mean, we're talking original PS2 playthrough of that. It
was... The ambulance mission was kind of part of my breaking point, and then there's a couple of missions where you need to get something on the other island, and by that point half of the gangs are shooting at you, and the cars are like paper. So they blow up the car, you die, you like reset at the beginning, so you have to drive all the way back to the other island. There's no mid-mission checkpoints at all. And I'm like, I get it, I get that this is from 2001, so I'm not judging the game like it's not well constructed. I recognize it's a product of its time, but for me now, I just don't have the patience to keep going back and doing it over and over again. So that led me to load in GTA 5 and start playing that again. So I'm pretty excited about GTA 6 coming out later this year. I probably will not get it out of the gate, but I am very much looking forward to more of that, and I'm eagerly waiting for them to put out that PS5 version of Red Dead 2.
It would be really
so
nice
I can
if
play
we
that
actually
on
got
60. It's rumored that it is allegedly supposed to happen this year to kind of close the gap.
That's
before
what's had
GTA
me
6.
hold off on replaying it.
Yeah, so that same here, honestly, because I would be playing that now, but I just don't want to play it at 30. I don't really don't. So I'll wait. I'll be patient. So yeah, I'll probably mess around with some GTA 5. We'll see how long that sticks around. Beyond that, I put about 160 hours into Persona 3 Reload. I beat it.
One day
I was like, hey, I really like this game. Let's start it again and try and get the plat. And unfortunately, because I didn't really follow a specific guide, you have to max out all the social links. And that was the only trophy that I missed. And you have to like really optimize like who you talk to when on what days. And I didn't care enough to follow a guide and be like, talk to this person. I was just like, I'm just going to play. And if I get it, I get it. I think I had like 2 characters that I was like a couple levels short. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. I beat like the Reaper, which is like one of the hardest boss in the Tartarus in there. I was like, you know what? That's good enough for me. I'm all right. So that game is really, really good. This just a really, really good example of a remake, remaster.
I think that's the only one of those like 3, 4, and 5 that I have not ever played. So
I never played it 5 originally. Yeah, I never played it on PS2. I never played it on PSP.
No.
And I've never played Persona 4 either. Persona 5 was my first.
See, that's where I like. You could play Persona 4 Golden now, but I would probably tell you.
I'm just going to wait.
What the remake is or whatever.
I'm sure if it's anything like 3 or the 3 Reload, I'll play it and it'll probably be great. So that game's really good. And then lastly, I haven't put much time into it, but they put out the PS5 patch version, whatever, of Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, and that's like that Dark Ages. You play as
medieval.
You have a kid that becomes a knight. That whole story thing. That game reminds me of kind of a indie Oblivion, but with a lot more systems.
Yes, 100%.
So it feels like that, and it's just it leaves a lot to you to kind of figure out. Like the first like main mission is like, get out of this castle. Cool. How do I get out of this castle? Well, you can dress up like a one of these soldiers and he'll just let you out. Cool. How do I dress up like a soldier? Well, you need to find the armory. Where's the armory? I'm not going to tell you that. Good. Great. What's in this chest? I don't know. Why don't you use this lockpick with this impossible fucking lockpick minigame that is a nightmare to figure
really
out?
Bad. Yeah, no, I know.
And then
it's really
all
bad.
of your lockpicks break. You can't get any more. You don't have any money. So I'm like, I don't even. So I'm probably just going to reload a save and try and do like some speech checks with somebody to see if I can make it work.
I feel like when it came out, I put about 10, 15 hours into it and then just didn't go back to it.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
It's very overwhelming amount of stuff.
Is.
The
like,
world is very large.
Built in with like how your character looks. Like if you've been fighting somebody, so you have blood on you, people will talk to you differently. And your speech checks are different. You have to keep yourself clean, depending. But there's like a bonus in there where your charisma goes up with women if you're dirty. And I'm like, but your stealth checks drop because people could smell you.
Yeah.
So it's like, this game is very weird.
It's a very odd game.
But I was interested to play it at 60. And it runs all right. It definitely has a few chug moments here and there.
I'm sure.
But it runs for considering as far as I know, the pretty small studio that game came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was published by Deep Silver, if I recall correctly.
I think the first one was. I bought the second one last year, like Black Friday, which I have, and then the first one I bought digitally on like the PS4 version whenever it was on sale, super cheap.
Yeah,
and you can just upgrade that to the PS5 version, which I did. So I have it installed. I just haven't.
It's interesting. You just have to have a lot of patience for it.
Yes.
It feels like
and that's
a very much like PS2 early 360 game, whereas like kind of figure this out. It's like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's really about all I've been playing. That's about it.
How about you, Ryan? Is there anything you've been playing?
I have been playing not a whole lot. We just went on a little vacation to Arizona and saw Bearizona, which was like playing Far Cry Primal in real life. A lot of wolves, a lot of bears just hanging out, getting close to your car. But I've been playing just for something mindless. A little. I went back to start playing Super Bomberman R.
Okay.
I don't want to get the collection. I'm waiting for the physical of the collection that was just announced.
Yeah.
But I wanted to I love playing Bomberman. They're a comfort food kind of game for me. It's a good podcast game. And then the other game I've been playing a little bit of, it just got released for Xbox. I think it's been on Steam for a while. Is Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass.
Okay,
it's a JRPG. It's very much a Earthbound like when you look at it, it's very clearly influenced by Earthbound. Very very turn based. Kind of has that silly sort of humor to it. Kind of the premise of it, like your main character, kind of the hook is there's after you fight like certain mini bosses, you kind of take over their skills, so you could like transform into what they are. So you can transform into a plant or just like whatever. And then each thing you transfer to, you can level that up, and it has different powers and skills you can use. Pretty mindless. It's not like not changing the world, but I'm enjoying it. It's keeping me going in it. That's about it as far as game. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah.
Trying to. I need something to sink my teeth into, and it might just be Suicide Squad.
All right. You have a question about Suicide? Let's talk about Suicide Squad. It makes you want to commit it while you're playing it.
Commit to being in a squad?
Yeah, like to be with your friends.
Exactly.
That's what I said. That's what I said, right?
Right.
Kinda.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we can kick over to news here. We had some like late breaking news today.
Bombshell.
That'll be the first time we kick it off. Yeah, the bombshell. Phil Spencer is retiring from Microsoft, and Sarah Bond has resigned. So
resigned or told she was resigning?
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit before we started recording.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that.
Well, I have to imagine, like, for someone like her, she was basically in the position where, like, she was probably all but guaranteed to take over when Phil Spencer retired.
It really seemed like that's what they were setting it up as.
Exactly. And I think this is more of a Satya Nadella decision, because the person that is taking over is formerly of their AI division. And that's the direction Microsoft as a whole is going towards anyways.
So the next Xbox will just be a Copilot box, finally.
Probably.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. That sounds exciting.
When does my Gemini box come? I'm pumped.
So I don't know. And with Phil Spencer leaving, he leaves kind of a tarnished legacy, like he had a good run and then it turned into a bad
He
run.
was the person who saved it. Like, remember, like we talked about it all the time. Yes. He saved it from the Don Matrick, like colossal fuck up error of what year was that? 2000, whatever,
2013.
Yeah. He managed to turn everything around. He seemed like he actually gave a shit. He tried to make the games. He wore the funny T-shirts.
Well, remember the first thing he did was he took the Kinect out.
Well, that
was the first decision.
no,
it shouldn't have been.
And I mean, like, honestly, was kind of huge at the time, at least, he was on like popular podcasts at the time, the Giant Bombcast and stuff like that was pretty significant for somebody that high up at a video game company.
Yeah.
He really helped kind of like give a personality to that brand, and it worked. It really worked.
We talked
really
about it a lot. Like,
for a while.
he was one of him and that's when the tribes were together, and him and then Reggie and who was it at the time? Sean Layden. They would hang out and actually talk about stuff, and they didn't hate each other, and it really felt like everybody had their own space, and it was just okay to like video games.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft decided to turn the car off the cliff as fast as they could.
Well, they went the route with Game Pass, and then like I said, and I've said for a while, I think their heavy push into AI is what's kind of killed the brand.
Well,
the last couple of years.
But there's been so many steps leading towards that.
There has been
the whole like, this is an Xbox, where we're encouraging you not to play Xbox games on an Xbox. And then a year later, it's, well, we're just going to start releasing our games on other systems. So now it's like we're doubling down on the fact that you don't want to buy it.
At first,
and then it's like, well, we're going to raise the price of our systems.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is happening?
They've done that 3 times now.
Yeah.
I mean, you spend that much money for Activision Blizzard, like you would think that
you would think that spending that much money on Activision Blizzard to buy Call of Duty and Diablo and everything would signify that you are going to actually give a shit about video games.
Yeah.
Like actually like putting stuff out and taking ownership of something and building a brand around. We have Call of Duty. We have Diablo. We have this. We have Tony Hawk. We have this, that.
We are video games.
But it almost, it's like that was the thing that flipped it the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
They just became a third-party publisher, basically.
They became a publishing house.
And like, I see why they're doing it. I mean, Forza Horizon 5 is making them so much money on PS5, and like the stuff that they've released there.
We're talking about releasing stuff that's been out for years on another system and being the top pre-ordered game every fucking month.
Yeah.
Like, but I understand where it's coming from, but they push it so hard that they really just like bomb their own system, and they really don't seem to care. Because I read something today where they're turning Xbox into an icon you click on your desktop. That's what it is now. It's not a game console. It's not an entertainment. Remember, Xbox One was an entertainment system for your house. You could run your cable box through it. Like they really tried to make it like.
I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that.
They really tried to make it like this goes in your entertainment center and it's just part of your setup.
Yeah. And it just controls everything.
Right.
Yeah.
They turned on that. Like they turned.
So I think you're the only person I knew that actually had it set up through your cable box.
Yeah, I remember that now. Gosh,
I had a cable box.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
And it was just like turning on my TV meant turning on my Xbox. I was the literal consumer they were trying to reach.
Yeah.
But then they turned on it. They stopped giving a shit. Like it would run bad. The system over time just got clunkier and clunkier with like how the app screen works and where things are and how it's updated. And
how many times did we have to switch out those, like before they did the redesign, like the original VCR looking Xbox One, at least 3 times? Yeah,
Fat Boys were terrible.
I think I had to do mine at least 3 times because it would just get slow.
That system was half fan and it ran like crap.
Yeah.
Like that's why it was so goddamn big, is half of it was a fan and it's still overheated. But at the same time, when they made those slims, it really felt like they hit on it. And the Xbox One X, it really felt like this is a damn good console for what it is. But it turns out that's the last good one they're ever going to make.
And it remains one of the best 4K players you can get.
Yeah. I will say, like, I think the Series X is a really well-made machine. It's just unfortunate, like the support behind it now is
the hardware is not the issue
right now. Yeah. Like I said, the last game that I played on the Series X was Doom: The Dark Ages, and then I haven't played a game through on the Xbox since. I've just played everything on PlayStation or PC.
Speaking of the Dark Ages, anybody else surprised how quickly that game dropped to like $25?
Not really. It didn't sell very well when it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like the first 2.
Yeah. I was surprised because I feel like the past 2 Doom games stayed expensive for a minute.
Yeah.
And this one is
it's a solid game. It just
I'll play it.
I think the Dark Ages part really. I don't think that hook. Really got it.
I think it was too different from what I think if Doom just kept being Doom, I think people would still be into it. Like a new space station, new enemies. Like I think that's all it would have taken. But I think what happens is a lot of times game companies try to make that big swing. We're like Far Cry Primal is a good example. It's like, what if we took all of the gun stuff and we just took it out?
Well, for this, it's like they went in the Army of Darkness territory for it, and that was taking it too far in one direction that I don't think a lot of people wanted it to go. So, but
this news today, though, man, it really kind of feels like this is it.
It does.
Like we've been talking about it for a long time. Like, what are they going to possibly do? Are they going to make a new system? I can tell you right now, they're not making a new system anymore.
You don't think the $1,200 to $1,500 system they keep talking about is going to see the light of day?
Not unless it's literally like a Copilot box, and they're like, we're going to AI generate video games in real time.
In front of you.
And it'll cost $2,500 because we need to get some RAM in there.
Oh, man.
I don't know how anyone like from like a consumer like place could see this as a good thing or have any faith in what is about to happen. Where they finally just say we're packing it up. Like we're gonna
the funny thing
make
is
Nintendo Switch 2 games now, guys. We're good.
I asked myself yesterday because I load up and look through that IGN app all the time. And I saw that it's like we're on the like whatever their Xbox podcast is called, the podcast Unlocked. I think
Unlocked. Yeah.
We're on episode like 730, and I thought to myself like, what is there to discuss as an Xbox only centric podcast in 2026?
Yeah, are some of those episodes like 4 minutes long?
Yeah,
well, guys, nothing happened.
What is there to discuss?
Bye.
Yeah,
I mean, their Nintendo podcast survived the Wii U, so I mean, they found shit to talk about.
Well, they had the 3DS though. They still had the 3DS at that time.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah.
But so I guess maybe they're just talking about the Xbox ROG Ally all the time is what they're talking about, right?
Yeah,
they do talk about that
super
a lot.
Popular Xbox ROG Ally,
$1,000, handheld.
I will say, as somebody who I am primarily an Xbox gamer because I've been so deep in the infrastructure. That's just what my buddies were doing when I got back into video games in 2011 with the 360, and it just kind of went that way.
Yeah,
man, like I am an apologist because I've invested a lot of money in having that stuff, and man, just every announcement, every news thing that comes out, it's sad. It's just like
it's like one gut punch after another.
Yeah, and it's like I try so hard because like at the end of the day, video games are dumb and silly, and it's just like a thing that you enjoy.
Right.
But man, they make it hard. they make it hard to enjoy it.
It's just like
it's harder because I feel like they had all of the goodwill in the world. They had all of it
at the end of the 360 era. They had everything they could have wanted. They somehow like you were never going to be better than Nintendo. You just couldn't be. But they somehow had pulled themselves at minimum bare even with Sony, which seemed like an impossible task. Entering with the Xbox against the PS1 and the PS2. But then Sony, shot themselves in the dick pretty hard with the PS3 launch. And it was there for them, like it was there for them to take, and they took it.
Cell processor.
And then they just like couldn't figure out how to do it again. And it's just like Ryan said, every news thing now it's not good news. Like nothing that comes
the only time that it's good news is for PlayStation gamers who now get to play.
The good news is we're putting Forza on PlayStation. Yeah. Like, and one of the craziest part about this is like we just had that direct a couple weeks ago. Fable and all Fable and all that stuff. It's like cool. None of those people like. How do you believe that Fable studio is safe? What if she goes to her?
I don't think any
what if
of
she
those
goes to Copilot and says, "Copilot, should we publish Fable?" And Copilot says, "No."
Oh,
probably not.
Oh.
Do you
what
think
if Copilot says, "Give us another Suicide Squad"?
Yeah, okay, hang on.
That's what the people want.
I want
That'd be one of those
Copilot to
prompts
say
where it says, "I can't do that prompt. I'm sorry."
It needs to give us another Viva Pinata. That's what it needs to actually give us.
That's a good point. On PlayStation.
Give me more Viva Pinata. Oh God, I would lose it if I got Viva Pinata on PlayStation.
Imagine if they just remastered Viva Pinata 1. Why isn't that's a good question.
That's fine.
Why isn't Rare Replay on PlayStation yet?
Right. At this point, who cares? Right? Give me Viva Pinata. I swear to God.
It's probably more of a licensing thing.
What license? They own assumption. All of it.
True, but don't they have to license it out to Sony to be able to put it there?
I think they own it. They could just publish it for that system.
I want to hang out with my Fudge Hogs.
That's the only way you'll get any Perfect Dark on PlayStation.
Fudge Hogs was my nickname in college, by the way.
Well,
of course.
Still is, I think. Just get the DS version, Eric.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll get that one.
That'll run well.
It's actually pretty good, to be fair. But
it's just it's crazy because the last year I've basically migrated off of that platform to the point, like even the other day, my fiance.
Kyle, you were the eternal Microsoft.
I was the eternal Microsoft apologist.
Yeah, they lost you.
I was for a long time, and I'm at a point now where I hate the fact that I don't like it. I wish I could still like Xbox. I just I can't
because I will say, like, playing on the actual console, and there's always going to be a sense of just personal preference. Mm-hmm. I find it to be, I love getting around the console. I love the controller. Mm-hmm. When you play the games on there, they play well. It's all the other bullshit around it. Like, like there's no, I mean, it's been talked about to death, but there's no reason, especially now that they're putting all the games on PlayStation as well. There's no reason not to get a PlayStation instead. Like there's zero reason because and I honestly I don't think Microsoft cares because they get the money for the sale on PS5 too. So who gives it? Just sucks for
and they have to do no work.
Yeah, it just sucks for people like me who have put 15 years of their gaming. That's just what I've primarily if a game comes out on all the systems, I get it on Xbox because I have my gamer score and all the.
That's what I used to do too for a long time.
Shit.
My account turned 20 years old last year.
I had Xbox Live day one. Mm-hmm. On original Xbox with the weird headset that plugged into the top of the controller and the big box with the code and But
and played Uno, and it was a life-changing experience.
This is original Xbox, dude.
Right. I'm sorry.
I was playing Mech Assault, and what else was even on there?
Could you do Halo?
Obviously, Dead or Alive. I played a lot of. Yeah, man. Because it's just like Xbox has Xbox games, and PlayStation has PlayStation and Xbox games. It's just why
it was fun when we could like all three companies, but also like laugh at each company's weird idiosyncrasies.
Right.
Yeah. Because they all had them in their own way, but like all three of them had something for everybody, really. So now it feels like Nintendo is kind of losing. Not losing, but they sell well, but they're not really doing everything that they used to do in terms of innovating.
They're just like stagnant, and they don't seem to care.
Yeah, they're not innovating.
It's really not at all. Yeah. I have yet to buy another Switch 2 game.
They don't make Switch 2 games, dude. They make Switch games that play on Switch 2.
Yeah.
And then they charge you $10 extra. Yeah, Xenoblade. Doing it again. Look at that. Weird.
You know what the really funny thing about Xenoblade is I actually finally cracked like a week prior and ordered a copy of that on Woot because that was one of the last Switch games I never got a physical copy of. Mm-hmm. And then they announced this with that upgrade. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll actually look at it. But
so what, a $5 upgrade for that one?
Yeah, it's only $5. So it's not like a huge thing.
I mean, that whole thing's been insane too. Like I love my Switch 2. It's fun. Like the stuff looks great compared, but it's just like, Why do some games get a free upgrade? Why do some games get a $20 upgrade? Why are some games a $5 upgrade? Why are some games no upgrade?
There's no rules for like how that system works for anything. Why are some games published on card? Why are some games not? Why are some games from the same company published on card and also not?
Why are some of them $80 but other ones are $70?
Right. Why do these cards taste bad?
Well, we know that. It's because kids eat them.
We know why. Yeah.
Dan Reichert taught us that.
Yeah, because Dan Reichert and Jeff Gerstmann put them in their mouths. That's why they taste bad.
All of them?
That's why, because adults put game cartridges in their mouths.
I don't
never hear about kids eating game cartridges. It's only like 40-year-old adults.
40-year-old men. Yeah.
I think my final nail was when they raised the Game Pass price up to $30, and I just was like, this isn't for me. It just wasn't valuable anymore, so I let it run out, and then because I looked at it and like when it was coming up in October, I kind of was like, oh, I'll do 3 more. I found a code right before the price change went up. I went did 3 more months to the end of January. I played nothing on it in that 3 months.
Yeah,
it was like
I brought mine down to the base or the essential or whatever it is. And again, I'm a Xbox sicko. That's what I put my. And even I'm just like, fuck. Like the problem, I have $30. Like it's not even, it's like, that's not nothing money, but it's like if they were giving me something to care about, I could justify $30 to really get it, but they're not. They just aren't.
The problem with what Game Pass became is when it was $15, they told you it was about the value. Like it's all like $15, it's the value, and then they raised it to $20 and told you, well, it's about the value. And then at $25, it's about the value. It's like the value the value's not changing.
But they haven't added.
You didn't add anything. How could the value go up?
Exactly.
You're not releasing anything. Like, wow. Like,
well, that was a huge increase because they jumped from 20 to 30.
Yeah,
20 to 30.
There was no 25.
Yeah, so 20 to 30. It's about the value. No, it isn't. What's the value? A port of a remaster of Oblivion? That was the value? Those people are just going to buy Oblivion.
Yeah, I bought it.
Right. It's just, that's not.
I did too. Day one. It's like the only game I bought day one in the last 5 years.
It's not a Game Pass seller.
No.
Is Halo Infinite Game Pass seller? Is that the value? No.
No.
I would tell you that the Oblivion remaster again sells to 40-year-old men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I'll be curious to see like how it plays out, but it just really feels like the actual true end.
I think she already promised. Well, I'm not going to just fill it with like AI slop. It's like, yes, you
that's
are.
Totally what you're.
Don't call it slop.
Don't call it slop. But
it is.
That's all Microsoft wants to do now.
I mean, that bubble's that's a whole different conversation than this podcast, probably. But how much of our just like the general health of the economy of the United States is please don't have this fail.
Yeah.
If this fails, we're all dead.
Speaking of Microsoft, The Outer Worlds is now a dead franchise.
Yeah, no
Thanks
shit.
to The Outer Worlds 2 did not
Why'd
sell.
you do that?
Shocked by that?
Like it really was they tried to price gouge it at 80. Nobody wanted to do that. People canceled their reserves that had it reserved. And I think a lot of people just forgot about that in that franchise and it didn't sell. So
I didn't buy it.
It's the target market though that Avowed will get a sequel.
Yeah, well, they say that now.
I'm curious to see how that does on PS5. Like if it actually sells well there,
I think
or if
one
it's
person on my friends list bought it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a single person play it yet, so on my friends list. So, but I'll be curious to see if that actually charts. So, yeah, it is. I am gonna buy it when it's. I think what did we talk about? Like 25 is probably the buy-in point for that. 2025. Yeah. I saw it's on sale right now for like 48. That's too much.
Same thing with Outer Worlds 2. I'll happily buy that game at 25.
Yeah, exactly. Rockstar has reconfirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 is set for November. They're going to start doing a major marketing push in the summer. So,
okay.
Do you think it actually lands, or do you think they do one more delay?
I feel like it has
to. There's always one more.
Yeah, this one.
We already had the one more.
Yeah, but there's always one more.
But we already had
but there's always one more.
Oh, I want to play it though.
I do want to play it.
That game you mean the game that's going to melt a base PS5? Yeah, this game's going to be great.
Oh yeah, probably. I'm looking forward to just killing my base PS5.
Hey, maybe that'll have given me a reason for my PS5 Pro. Maybe
there you go.
Be the one.
Finally.
Maybe that'll be the one.
No, you have to wait till they release the PS5 Pro edition of that in like 3 years.
That's a good point. And you pay $10.
And then the game actually doesn't run well until it's on PS6 in 2029.
There you go.
There you go.
PS6 version of it.
Well, it'll have
you should
more
run
RAM.
a video game company.
I'm excited for the PS3 port.
Oh God, yeah.
That'll keep that going.
Oh man, I can't remember if we were talking about it when we were playing Sea of Thieves, but I'll mention it again that I've been following the PS3 subreddit because Man, there is just a tear of consoles failing, and it's just constant posts of people's PS3s dying out, or people being really upset that Netflix finally got shut off on PS3, which, like, come on. The PS3 was released in 2006. Yeah. And they're like, people have screenshots of them having their PS3 hooked up to a CRT watching Netflix. And I'm like, this is insane. What is this subreddit? I've been so interested in it.
I think that's proof that everything will upset somebody.
Yeah.
There's always a small, just little, like, because, like, yeah, we don't need Netflix for PS3 anymore.
No,
you have I have 1,000 things accidentally that can play Netflix better than a PS3. Not even intentionally. Just
it's also insane to me that it worked up until like 90 days ago.
Yeah.
In 2025, Netflix still worked on PlayStation.
Well, those are numbers Netflix should tell the board, like, hey, man, we got 4,000 PS3 users. That's how popular we are.
Yeah. I think I was telling you the other day, like, I want to say they cut it off of the 360 a while ago, a couple of years now,
I think so,
where it hasn't been usable there.
Hey, I saw some guy ordered a Domino's pizza on his Wii like a couple weeks ago, so who knows anymore.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sucks. It sucks though, because, like, I guess we are at a point where PS3s are just going to start failing. Like, even without,
especially those base level.
Well, the fat ones. If you have a fat one that still works, that's incredible. But but even the slim ones, I think, are probably in that level now, where even if you don't use it, it's going to start to fail. Like, I think that's
just going to have corrosion.
I think that's a common misconception a lot of people have about, like, electronics, where, I haven't used it in a while, it should be fine. It's like, no, it can just stop working without anything going on. It's
and I think that one is. I think the PS3 gets people more upset because there's a lot of stuff that's still locked on the PS3 compared to a lot of other. You know, like the 360. Like the 360, they didn't get everything over, but, like, Microsoft actually did a great thing, and, like, they really worked on, like, getting everything, like, all the major stuff at least is backwards compatible, and they did what they could there, and it feels like PS3 is just, there's a lot of stuff that's just drowning there. They've done way better with PS1 and PS2 to get some of that stuff over.
It's because PS3 was a shit show to make games for, and it just became to a point where it's like it's too hard to get this stuff off of here.
That's why it's remarkable that we're getting Metal Gear Solid 4 on modern consoles. It is, like, it's crazy that is actually happening. Like, we kind of figured it. Yeah. Like, I'm really curious what stuff had to happen in the background from a technical standpoint to get that to work. If anything, maybe it was simple. I don't know anything. But I'd be curious about that, because that's
a lot of times,
there's a lot of PS3 purgatory.
Well, a lot of times these days too, when it comes out where they're like, we're remaking this game you used to love from a couple generations ago, like Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff. A lot of that turns out where it's like, okay, so it turns out we actually didn't have access to any of that shit, so we actually remake the fucking game.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, damn. Like, so
isn't that a folklore game? Another one that's pretty highly
locked on there.
That's locked.
Heavenly Sword.
3D Game Heroes.
Yeah,
that's locked to the PS3.
Rules.
That's such a great game too.
Killzone 2.
Killzone 2. Yes.
I mean, and it's wild because, like, some of this stuff, just normal ass people have figured out how to emulate a lot of this better. You know, and PS3 is still tricky, but it's way better than anything Sony's doing to, like, try to make it work.
Is the entire Resistance franchise still locked to PS3?
Yes,
I think so.
That's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy.
That's the entire like,
man,
I'll never go back to that.
But, like, why would we not get a remaster of that? Like, that would be, like, that's crazy.
I don't think
Haze.
Haze
is rightfully locked to the PS3. That's where it should die. I don't know. I think the Resistance. I think it was just one of those things where I don't think that series was ever as popular as Sony, like, led people to believe.
No, it was unique in its own way. Like, I always thought it was interesting. Yeah. The alien stuff
Killzone was
cool.
more popular of those two.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you got a PS4 launch title, Killzone.
That's true. Oh, that was like that snowy one, right? The Arctic one.
Shadowfall.
That's the one. That's the one. I never played that one.
Dan, what if I told you that Fallout Countdown was for nothing?
Wow,
What?
Shocker.
It was for a behind-the-scenes video of Season 2.
Just like...
It did not lead to a remaster announcement of Fallout 3 or New Vegas.
At this point, I'm just going to have to believe that those are never coming. Like...
I think they exist, but I think that it's going to be announced like Oblivion was, where it's just like, hey, here it is. It's out next week.
I mean, if it does, that's probably what it is. But
that's probably what
Daddy
they'll do.
Todd his money.
Yeah,
well, Todd's done after 6.
I feel that's what I was gonna say. I feel that's one of those things they're gonna slow drip all that kind of stuff to buy time to not piss people off that Elder Scrolls 6 will be here after the literal Fallout in the real
to not
world.
Admit that we're very behind on Elder Scrolls 6, even though we announced it half a decade ago.
Pretty much.
We still haven't actually even started. Give them
because they're still working on Starfield
about
shit.
it.
Like that's the
yeah.
Is the new update out for Starfield yet, or is it supposed to be out soon?
So the last thing did I put it in the news or not? I don't think I did. They are getting ready to make an announcement, but they keep saying it is not Starfield 2.0.
It's
but
just
it
like
will be
the
an
final update for people who like.
And that'll be when it comes out for PS5. And see, here's the thing: like, I will totally play it again on PS5. I really enjoyed it, but I understand the game's faults, and I understand it's not what people wanted it to be. But I still had a good time with it.
I want to play it really bad. I tried to stream it, and it, it
didn't live up to their promise for you. They
couldn't stream under perfect conditions.
They couldn't do it.
So, I want to play it too, but like, we're getting to the point where like, is that game's not even going to sell on PlayStation when it comes out anyway? So what's the point?
Probably not. Steam machines are probably delayed, and that's probably due to the RAM and GPU and the ever-growing electronic crisis that keeps going on.
Bitcoin, all that stuff.
Yeah. What do you think that thing's going to land at as far as a price?
A Steam machine?
Yeah, you think that's probably around like $1,000? I'm
going to say it probably starts at $1,000.
You think so? That's kind of where I'm leaning with it too.
I think they do the $9.99. 99, you can
start. You can start at $9.99, but if you want any RAM in it, it's going to be $1,700.
If you want the one with the wood grain, it's $1,800.
We'll give you 32 megs of RAM, and then you can upgrade it. so technically, it can turn on, maybe.
Yeah, I'm interested in getting one, but not anywhere near those prices.
It's exactly what I want, like for like my like gaming console like setup for my TV and stuff. It's exactly the thing I want it to be. But I already know the version I'm going to want is probably going to be minimum $1,500 just to play a fucking trading card simulator shop game on my fucking TV.
Yeah.
Or to play that rental, because we talk about it forever, Kyle. The rental store games are coming.
There's two coming in March. I have both of them. I'm watching both of them.
Do I pay $1,500 to play a video rental store simulator on my TV?
Maybe.
Yes, I probably do.
Maybe.
And that's the only. And then I got to see if I can hack it to get Marvel Heroes to run on that.
There you go.
I told you I hacked it and got to run it on my Mac, right?
Yeah.
Which is insane to think that Marvel Heroes works now. And my son's been playing it. He's been having a fucking blast because since it's hacked and like open, you can just be anybody you want, do whatever the hell you want. He's having a fucking blast, and it just makes me sad that game doesn't exist anymore.
Because they had to kill it for the real Avengers game.
Yeah. Suicide Squad.
Well, some might call Suicide Squad Zero. Here's a weird thing. I think that Avengers game is better than Suicide Squad.
Probably.
What?
I played
the one that was
on
PS.
The one that where they purposely had to make everybody not look like the movie to immediately turn everyone off from it.
Cartoonishly not look.
Where they tried to make them look real, but swapped the voices and like it's just the whole thing was a mess. But
remember they had their own presentation for that game that was like 2 hours.
And remember immediately after when everyone went, "Oh no."
This isn't going to be what people want.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's a bad game. That game's over too, right? That's turned off.
That's all.
That's been off for years.
Yeah. Developers of Until Dawn's next game, Directive 8020, now has a release date set for May 12th. I look forward to. I'm not going to get it day one. I'll wait till it's on sale. But that game continues to look really good.
It looks cool. I think when we talked about it before, though, it just kind of looks like it's like a thing game. But okay, fine.
Yeah, like that's my issue with it. When you watch it, it's like this is a cool sci-fi horror game, but it's really just you're retelling the story of the thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can't come up with anything else when it comes to like mimics and stuff.
Maybe I'll be wrong.
Yeah,
maybe
I hope
it will divert my expectations.
There's got to be something else they can do with mimic storylines, right? There has to be.
Right? There has to be. They're all going to sit in a room and they're all going to cut their hands, put their blood in the jar. Our next news article, we actually have an email on it, so I'm going to read that email first. This was actually this is probably the story I would have led with without that bombshell. So, you see here, Luke from Anderson, Indiana. Howdy, guys. With a massive failure of Highguard, how do you guys feel about the backlash surrounding the developer that came out essentially bashing the customer and stating that it is the player that is at fault for the game's failure? It just seems like a scapegoat for the real problem, creating a game that no one wanted in the first place. The gaming market has shifted away from 3v3 hero shooters, so why do these companies keep trying to make one? It just seems like a bad take. What do you all think? So Highguard is basically on life support. And that game's probably going to be pulled, I would imagine, because like even the official website has been taken down.
But they put out something too where like they're gonna retool it and all that kind of stuff. But that's exactly what Concord said before Concord disappeared.
They're retooling it.
They're retooling it,
getting rid of it.
Yeah, by refunding it.
Well, how about you not make me play the tutorial twice in a row before I decide to play the game, douches?
You would think that Concord would have been like the last okay, here it is. Like this was a massive failure. We should probably stop making these kind of games.
Yeah, why are they trying
to? Are this far in the hole on these games would be like, maybe let's scrap this.
Because every so often one of these things hits, and they're just praying that they're going to be the next one that hits. Like
they're
Highguard for me. We talked about it before. Where if that wasn't the one more thing at the Game Awards, I don't think anyone would hate this game anywhere near as much as they do.
I don't think so either.
If it wasn't hyped by Jeff Keighley himself and,
Lord Jeff?
Yeah, after he crawled out of his weird-ass fucking statue thing and wiped the goop off and said one more thing, I don't think anybody would care about Highguard. I think it would just be a game that exists. It would, you know what it reminds me a lot of? It reminds me a lot of like that Paladins game. It just kind of existed for a while. And some people played it.
I forgot about that game.
Where
like that was kind of
no reason to hate
Overwatch
Paladins.
adjacent game.
But this you do because it took up space at a prime game show where the only people watch is to get like reveals on stuff. And like this was it.
This was the final thing.
Yeah, and then
3v3 live service.
Yeah, and then for it to come out and just be like, fairly generic, but we're trying to twist it up by doing this one certain thing, and then it turns out that thing is boring. Oh no! Like, what do you expect? But like the lashing out at people, like, yeah, that's the move. Your game's about to die. That's the pro move. Is to blame everyone who's not playing it. I got bad news, dude. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
didn't one of the Borderlands devs do that? But wasn't that like back in the day, like a big thing?
Talk about Randy Pitchford.
Yeah,
Randy just lashes out when it feels like it.
He's still doing it. That has not changed in 15 years.
The Days Gone guy did it. Remember, he went nuclear.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
But wasn't he more going nuclear because Sony isn't allowing them to make Days Gone 2?
They wouldn't greenlight a sequel, but there was something else about it. I remember where it's like
I think
he went off in a weird way, and it was just like, okay, calm down.
Weren't they making them work on something else that they didn't want to work on? They became support staff or something.
Something like that. And I think it's because I don't think as many people played Days Gone as they wanted, obviously. But then and then they turn around and fucking remaster his game.
Well, I think they also pitched a Days Gone 2 and Sony said no, and then they pitched rebooting Siphon Filter because that's the same studio that made those
games.
And they said no to that as well. So
Days Gone director blames middling reviews on woke reviewers and tech issues. That's what it was. Yeah, that's a way to get people to play your game.
Yep.
Go off on everything.
Yep.
Shit, dude. God, Siphon Filter would be great to come back.
I would love it. Gabriel Logan, he's back.
The taser's back.
Or that you can light people on fire with the taser.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah.
Man.
Why don't we have those games anymore? Why don't we have Siphon Filter
they don't make
Splinter
enough
Cell?
money, Dan.
It's like, fuck.
There's no shareholder value.
It's
the shareholder value, man.
I'll move this one up because it fits right in. It'd be really great if Sony had a studio that remasters games.
That really
games.
Put in the work to remaster.
Really just puts in the work and
did a great job on all of them, and all the games sold really well.
Oh wait,
do they have one of those?
They did.
Oh no,
it got shut down today.
Oh weird.
That's Bluepoint.
No.
They decided to shut down Bluepoint, and it's gotten so bad that Sony stopped posting on social media because everybody just kept dogpiling on them in every post. Why did you shut down Bluepoint?
I do think
a lot of that is there is the group of people that want a Bloodborne remaster. That's not going to happen. I sent you that meme today where it's like, that was never going to happen.
Yeah.
It is never going to happen. But they made fantastic remasters and remakes of some of Sony's best games.
I played most of them.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Well, and the thing too is the
Demon's Souls remake.
Demon's Souls remake. Remember, like we were talking about before, they had to make that game again. They didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They did not upscale that or remaster it. They remade the fucking game.
That game looks as good as stuff that is coming out on PS5 today.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a launch title.
Really looks good. Mm-hmm.
So I sent you that other meme today of that classic of the Grim Reaper knocking on doors.
Oh, yeah.
And Bluepoint was dead, and the next one is Bend. Hey Ben, what are you doing?
The next one was Sony Bend. Yeah.
They're gone too, man. I was talking to somebody else about it today too, about PlayStation. Microsoft's going under and putting their games on PlayStation. They're putting out more PlayStation games than PlayStation is, and even that State of Play. Oh wow, we're making a or a God of War remaster. Cool.
He brought back
for the
original
second
voice
fucking
actor.
time. This is the second time they've done this because they did it for PS3 as well.
Well, they're still behind Last of Us as far as the amounts that
that's true.
They got to catch up.
Bluepoint,
Bluepoint
couldn't have done a Last of Us collection. But yeah, it's just what do they even have left? We've got the weird Horizon multiplayer game, which I'll play.
Yeah,
I'll play because it looks like slop. I'm in. I don't care.
I love slop.
We'll try it.
I think that game you kind of squad up, and they have they've got bombs. No, I'm talking about Suicide Squad again.
Yep, here we are.
I think my response was, boy, this doesn't look very good. Then Eric, you were like, I'm into it. And I said, boy, peer pressure really works.
Yep.
I guess I'll play it.
Yeah.
I really pushed everyone.
But, well, that can lead us into Sony had a State of Play. This was last week. Overall, I thought it was a solid State of Play. But
it was fine. It's one of the better
reason
ones.
Why it was one of the better ones.
I mean, you obviously...
There's a major
50
reason why it
minutes
was great
of it
for
could
me.
not have existed. You'd be fine.
Pretty much. Some major things were announced. Some, so overall it was a solid one. This article does not have anything in order, but I don't think it really matters. So we'll just start with some of the bigger ones at the top. So we've kind of talked about some of these as we've been going through the news as well, but they're doing a full God of War trilogy remake. They brought out the original voice actor to announce it, which he was really
irritating.
Strange.
Yeah. Too over the top.
A little too over the top.
As somebody who travels those type of circles of entertainers, that's just kind of how some people are.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is. I'm sure he's probably a nice guy, but our artsy people are ridiculous. A lot of times, it's just a personality quirk. That's the reason you do that shit.
Their last kind of, and this was the last thing they announced at this event. They also put out a 2D Metroidvania God of War game called Son of Sparta, which it seems like it's been like decently received.
I've seen like 6
David Jaffe doesn't like it.
David Jaffe's
David Jaffe doesn't like it, but
just lost his mind.
We saw yet another. How many stated plays have we seen a trailer for Saros at this point?
It's like the only game they have, apparently. Like, boy, and every time they show it, it just kind of looks like Returnal, doesn't it?
It's
and then they're like, we got this
2.0.
new gameplay system, which was kind of in Returnal, but it's a new game.
But it's newer here.
Right.
Yeah.
Make it a sequel.
At a certain point, the game's the game. Just release it and shut up.
Right. How much more of Saros do I need to see? Like,
I felt the same thing with Resident Evil Requiem. It's like, I've seen enough.
We didn't need another.
I don't need that. I was talking to somebody else. It might have been you, Kyle, or it might have been somebody else. It's like, I don't need to see another second of the James Bond game. What the fuck could you possibly show me?
I'm just ready to play it.
From now till May when that game comes out. That would make me change my mind.
No.
Like, you told me that a Bond game was being made by the Hitman guys. I was in. I didn't need to see a single second of footage. But for some reason, it's just like, let's show them another 2 minutes.
What it was, but now that I know what it is, I don't need to see.
Yeah, and then
is that a day one game for you, Dan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Should I buy the $300 gun edition? No, no one should.
No, no.
Comes with one bullet.
So that you can join the Suicide Squad.
Suicide
Squad. But yeah, the Resident Evil 9 thing came up, and it's just like, why? Capcom is losing their minds over people potentially spoiling the game now, but they're willing to show it to you every fucking chance they get.
Yeah,
like it's
agreed.
I think games just get out of control with like how much they think they need to show you.
Yeah, like the bigger AAA.
Yeah,
they get too far with it. That new Silent Hill game was announced. Silent Hill Townfall. It's a first-person game this time.
You mean Downpour? Is that what it is?
I kind of wish it was. Homecoming was the bad one. Downpour is the one that I'll be an apologist for because I liked it, but I understand.
Silent Hill The Room a first-person game?
When you're in the room.
In the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not us. Okay. It's been a very long time.
Room.
Great.
Of course.
Where you're peeping on your neighbor and the little stuff on it. That's what it's. It's first person peeping is what it is. I think overall though, I think like Konami had a pretty solid
So Konami was
this thing.
The biggest part of this entire showcase.
Holy shit! Really?
Well, and so when they did that, because they did kind of a special inside a presentation for Konami, and they were like, "Hey, Konami's making games again." And of course, for me, and this is jumping ahead a little bit but for me, my first thing was like, "Okay, or is that going to happen? Are we going to do what I would like them to do?" And they started it by showing the Metal Gear Solid collection, and Metal Gear Solid 4 is coming out everywhere.
Freed from its prison.
That's big thing. Freed from its PlayStation 3 prison. And that's a pretty big deal. But then we got
can I say something? Can I say something quick about that collection? I'm confused as to why it's only 4 in Peace Walker. Like, are we really going to drag this out to one more collection to put Ground Zeroes and 5 in it?
I don't know.
Like, why wouldn't fuck it? Just
my
put it all
theory
together.
on that is they don't do anything for those because you can already easily get those on a PS5.
Right. Well, I mean, you can get PS4.
I feel like the only thing they would do would be to put out a PS5 version of that.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's still only PS4. But
it runs really well.
Runs at 60. It's like you don't need it really unless you're looking for some HDR.
Well, they built the Fox engine for that.
That's why I thought it's just weird that it's like we're really going to drag this out at least one more time. Like just put them all out and be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does also have Metal Gear Ghost Babel on it as well, the Game Boy Color game, which is supposed to be awesome if you're into the retro stuff.
That's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But hey, we all know the collection's never complete until Acid and Acid 2 are included. So
there you go.
Hell that's a card game, right?
Collection 4 should be Acid, Acid 2, and Survive. And just be like the real, go fuck yourself part of the collection.
God, that would be incredible.
Did we ever play Survive? I think we bought it.
We bought it, and it just sat on the shelf. I think it's still sealed.
Still sitting there.
Yeah.
Mine's still sealed, I'm pretty sure. I have to go look.
Well, all right. We should see if the game still works. And then...
we should look up and see if the game's still playable. Anyways, so that was the first thing. then they did it. They happened. The 40th anniversary logo showed up for Castlevania, and we got the announcement that Castlevania is no longer a dead franchise, with a new 2D entry that'll be out later this year called Belmont's Revenge. It seems it has not been confirmed yet who the female character you're playing as is. They have not confirmed that yet. Trevor Belmont is in the game. If you watch the one scene where they mention Trevor Belmont, they show him. They clearly show Sifa, so she's in the game as well. But I don't know who this character is that you're playing as.
It's just Sifa backwards.
There you go.
Right? That's how they do it.
It's called Castlevania Belmont's Curse. It is made by the people that made Dead Cells, which is a fantastic studio to pick if you want to make a modern 2D Castlevania game.
Agreed.
I mean, they did do the Return to Castlevania DLC for Dead Cells, so I'm sure they made Konami happy.
The groundwork was laid there, but after years as a massive Castlevania fan, watching them just, here's this DLC for this game, here's this promotion for this, putting out 2 excellent anime series on Netflix, but then not doing anything with this franchise. That was the moment for me of the showcase.
What's it like to live in a world where you're getting that and another Bloodstained game? You have both of them.
That Bloodstained game's out this year too. Hopefully,
you get both.
I get both this year. Insane. They did announce after the showcase that there will be other Castlevania games announced this year. It doesn't mean there's going to be more coming out this year. But they are going to really celebrate the 40th anniversary of the franchise.
What if they did? All right, they get one where it's you and 3 other people, right? They all have guns. They're in this kind of squad running around the castle. I told you this is the episode. It's the Suicide Squad episode.
Does anyone in the squad wear a little green hat? Out of curiosity.
That's the best part of that game so far.
Yeah.
Dr. Acula.
There you
go. Pretty rad announcement though. So that'll be out later this year. You can already reserve that game on Amazon. So it is a $40 game if you're curious. So
can we agree that's a game that got a somewhat cool announcement? Is this Yako Shinobi Ops game from the original studio?
I saw that. I said Matt is fucking rolling his eyes back in his head. He's so happy right now.
At first it was going to be a new
psyched, man. I know that's my hopes are high, but I'm really hoping that it is just a solid game. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be over the top fantastic, but just a good solid game that maybe gets me a Tenchu remaster or remake. I'd be totally okay with that.
So obviously the Castlevania announcement's big and huge for me, but there's another big announcement at this showcase. This was a showcase that had for a returning franchise. This is a showcase that had 2 major announcements that I never thought I'd ever see. And the second one started with, hey, here's Dead or Alive 6 last round, which is
they started that off with here's the Dead or Alive guy, and you're like, hang on, fucking what? And then
yeah, exactly.
And then they start showing it, and you see DOA 6 in the background. I'm like, oh fuck, god damn it!
No. First they start with it's the 30th anniversary of Dead or Alive, and I'm like, is it going to happen? Then they show DOA 6, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of a bummer, but whatever. And then after they showed a brief, what was it, 15 seconds?
No, 5 at most.
Announcing a new Dead or Alive game is in development.
Fuck yeah.
So the franchise is not dead.
That franchise
probably the second most unbelievable thing to happen at the showcase. Yeah.
I think so. That's a franchise I would have told you was never coming back just because there's no reason.
Yeah.
Agreed. 100%. Let's talk because they
jiggly as ever.
Yeah, it looks jigglier to be fair.
Let's talk about what they showed for Control Resonant, because I'm very excited about the game. I love the first Control. Cannot wait to play it. I don't need to see any. This is for you like Bond. I don't need to see any more Control Resonant.
Yeah, I needed to see one.
It's crazy, wacky. Yeah. But I will say, of the footage they show, which is gameplay footage, boy, this game sure seems like it might run into the same issues that the first one did on last gen hardware.
Yeah, when they were showing him
really choppy,
rotating, where we grab and the thing would rotate or whatever, I was like, oh man, I can hear the fan in my PlayStation turning on right now. Fuck, dude.
In preparation.
Yeah, God. Well, because you remember, you were talking about, Control on PS4 original was almost unplayable. And then, that was the reason you had to get a Pro. And it's like this one, I'm like, oh man, however they render that thing turning. I don't know. But I'm excited to find out.
I can't wait for the game. Like, I don't need to see any more. So I think they've shown too much now. We announced a John Wick game.
Super weird.
Keanu Reeves will be reprising his role. I'm super in for it, but we talked about it after, like how much of that game is QTE.
It's going to be QTE, the game.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. But
what if it's just like Splinter Cell Conviction?
I think
because that's like just do that.
Kyle, I think it's going to be like the Bourne game from the 360. Remember that game?
Oh man, Bourne Conspiracy. Yeah, that game
was pretty good.
I like that game. Yeah,
shooting at times.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The other announcement that excited me at this showcase, but this is more of a me thing, was Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered, and it's out March 3rd. So it's already coming out, and then there's a new 2D action game, so it'll be the first Legacy of Kain game in 25 years. That'll be out at the end of March.
Wild.
So, I love the Legacy of Kain franchise, so I'm very excited. I need to play the Soul Reaver remaster, which I do have. It's installed on my PlayStation. I need to play it, but I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the 2D game. It looks really cool. And we're all over the place on this because this whole thing's out of order. Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC in March. I don't think we really need to say more about that. It's a great game. This thing I wanted to mention this because this thing did open, I felt, weakly, and then it kind of got better. But this whole showcase opened with a Kenna Bridge of Spirits sequel. And I don't know. For me,
I don't even know what that is.
It's maybe like it's a third person action platformer game.
I think it was pretty well received. But
was it well received?
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those games that like it was cool to see, but I don't think you lead with it.
Oh yeah,
you know? Like that was one of those bizarre part. I think it has a a fan base that's like into it, and I thought it looked good, but is that how you really like kick off your hour? I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was
an odd choice with kind of a niche title.
It was an odd choice to start that showcase with.
Yeah.
More Marathon. Eric, your game of the year, Marathon.
Plagiarism the game. I love it.
The game. I think that's happening this weekend. The Marathon preview. I think that's.
We're gonna play that, right, Kyle? We're gonna play.
Yeah, we can try the preview.
Hey, you know what?
That's the level of commitment I'll make for it.
It's going to be plagiarism, but it's a Bungie game, so that shit
you know what's crazy?
Good.
We've made fun of the game, but I will say that the trailer they showed at this showcase actually gave me some interest for that game.
Uh-oh.
How dare you?
Kind of. It looks all right. How about that? These are some of the stuff they have at the bottom here in this article I'm looking at. How about that kind of Arc Raiders ripoff game, 4Loop?
4Loop looks bad.
It looks bad, right?
It looks like I'm not the only one. Like a bad Back for Blood or whatever. But that video made it looks like it looks like it runs like shit. Like
it looks like it runs bad.
Terrible. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna fix that, but I hope they can because it looked not good.
How about that? Because obviously they kind of fired these off quickly. How about the Brigadine Abyss game coming to PlayStation?
What a weird thing to resurrect, to come back.
Yeah, weird thing to come back. Because my friend was texting me, he's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "That's a really weird PS1 game."
Yeah,
but okay, sure.
I just love that. Like, it's weird that it got into the showcase at all, but I love for the people that are into it that there's 10 people that just lost their goddamn minds.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
That's like me and Legacy of Kain. So
just they fucking.
Well, that was
up.
Kyle.
They were. It happened.
Yeah,
it happened.
It's that was me when they showed that Castlevania logo.
It's like when Kyle texted me the other day. He's like, "What about the Bouncer 2?" And I'm like, "Hold on,
I would lose
Bouncer
it
2.
One more
thing.
Thing.
Shit. One more thing.
Yeah.
Bouncer 2.
Yeah.
No, new Splinter Cell.
No,
Gimme.
I'd rather have Bouncer 2 at this point.
You got any interest in Mina the Howler from the people that made
I'm excited for it, but
it looks good.
But it's already been delayed once. Like I think this was just a proof of life. kind of. Yeah. By the way, it's we're close now. We've worked on it, but
yeah,
I'm excited. It's kind of like some of the other ones. Like I know I'm buying it. I don't need to see it. It's
just, Game Freak's not Pokemon game, which I don't know. Like I don't know.
It makes me just wish that they had a better engine to make Pokemon games on.
Yeah,
they could.
If
look
you could
that
do this,
good.
if you can do this, but these Pokemon games on the Switch look like garbage. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
What about this Star Wars racing game? Like that was another weird one where like I didn't even remember that it existed. And
it
just
announced
seems
that
like
a couple things ago. Like
they did a couple things ago, but like this has a story.
The pod racing game.
The pod racing.
Yeah.
Galactic Racer.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
I don't know. I feel very out of Star Wars, just kind of in general. I just don't.
So your hype for the Mandalorian and Grogu is at a bare minimum.
I'm not. Just not.
But you're the Star Wars guy.
I don't know. I love those first 6 movies so much, and Clone Wars, the animated show. Clone Wars, the animated show, is absolutely incredible. But outside of that, I'm good.
Isn't it weird that we're at a point in Star Wars history where people yearn for like episode 1, 2, and 3?
I know. Oh yeah. Like the amount of crap that Hayden Christensen took with those movies, and now he is absolutely beloved.
Right. Well, because
like people love him.
I think you watch those movies again now, and you're like, well, he definitely wasn't the problem. These movies have other problems, but overall, they're actually not terrible.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
the some of the writing is bad, 100%. But to be fair, it's kind of bad in the original movies too. Yeah. So, it's kind of par for the course. I really, not to go on a Star Wars tangent, but yeah, those 6 movies in Clone Wars are like golden age, really the best of the best. And I know that people have said that Andor is very, very good. I have not watched it yet. Yeah, I do intend to watch that one.
It got to a point of Star Wars overload.
And I should say honorable mention, Rogue One is an incredible Star Wars movie.
It's a very
Rogue
good
One
movie.
is really, really good. So anyway, we have to hang out on Star Wars for too long. You triggered me.
Yeah, the only other thing really here, was there anything else that we should mention from this showcase, Dan, that I haven't
just
really
a little
covered?
bit more Marvel Token with like the fighters and stuff.
That was the last thing I was going to say, which like that game's going to hit really hard when it comes out.
I'm fucking amped for that game. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't feel like there's enough characters. But
I don't either.
For a game that emphasizes 4-player teams,
they're going to sell them to you probably.
That's not enough characters. But yeah, whatever. I'll buy them.
Yeah.
I zoned out for a little bit, and I hope you didn't mention it. Did we talk about the giant chicken?
Oh, no, he didn't mention the giant chicken game.
The chicken. What the fuck was that game called?
The giant chicken. I got so like
that's the Tears game, isn't it?
Yeah, Project Winless.
Yeah,
I think is what it's called, and it's
it looks interesting.
Oh god, my life will not be complete until I get to do Dynasty Warriors style combat as a giant ripped ass chicken. I'm so pumped about that.
That game looked cool.
That might have been my favorite thing because I thought it looked legitimately good, and it's so fucking weird. It's
really weird.
Yeah, it's so weird, and I think it's going to catch people by surprise. I think a lot of people are. I don't think it's going to do well because I think there's going to be a certain segment that's just going to be like, "What? You're a fucking
what
chicken?
Is this? Yeah,
you're a damn chicken." But I thought it looked
confused
amazing
for a second there because I didn't know what game you were talking about, but I thought you were talking about the chicken from Family Guy, and I'm like, okay,
finally his own game.
Finally, my moment.
We've done it.
Yeah, that was amongst my favorite things I saw. Legitimately, no irony. I thought it looked amazing.
I think overall it was a solid showcase. So I think
they've had far worse.
A B+. So they've had far worse. I think the one that we had like May of last year was probably the best one they've had in a while, and this was a pretty decent.
That was the one where they I remember that one because that's the one where they showed Tokan for the first time.
But they also had a lot for everybody.
No, they did. And that would remember that started with like a Luminous trailer, and I'm like, holy shit, this is back, and this one it felt like they had a lot for everybody, but again they rehashed it by here's a Resident Evil trailer, Here's a Bond trailer. Like, okay, I get it because those games are soon, but we can show other things. Saros again. Yeah. Wow. Like, the game looks the same every time. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be seeing when they show me these new things.
Agreed. Yeah. Obviously we talked about it a lot on in the news here, but like, you know, the RAM shortages, the GPU shortages. With that being said, there's been a lot of news articles rolling around this week that the PS6 is likely delayed to late 2028, 2029. I think that's probably realistic at this point. Yeah, I don't need a PS6 yet.
I don't feel like we're there.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't feel like we're close.
I just feel like we're started.
You have a Pro, Kyle, and it's barely utilized.
Does nothing.
Like, yeah.
When we play Sea of Thieves, I play it on this PlayStation in the office.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like
just just your regular.
That's just a regular PS5. I do know that Resident Evil Requiem is supposed to have PS5 Pro support. It's supposed to have 120 frames mode and stuff. So I will take a look at that. But like the support for that thing, like I say every day, like it is a waste of money to have that system. Like I regret it.
Mark Cerny promised you PSFR
He promised
support.
me I wouldn't. You want to know what's funny? High on Life 2 has the option to either use PSSR or other upscaling methods.
The fuck does that mean?
Other.
Yeah, you don't have to use PSSR, so what's the point then?
He promised you wouldn't have to choose.
Exactly.
Remember the whole point
promised me I wouldn't have to choose, but I do.
Everything would just run the best it could. Nope.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
It's a bummer. I will say the only thing I do appreciate about it is having a 2 terabyte hard drive.
Well, I mean, especially these days, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I look at.
Man, have you seen the prices on those things? They're
outrageous.
I
should look now.
I bought a 2 terabyte for my PS5. I want to say for like $160.
Wouldn't that be like $320 now?
I'm sure.
It's probably more.
I'm looking on my PlayStation right now. The Sea of Thieves is 97 gigabytes.
Yes, it's huge. And
GTA is 108 GTA 5, an Xbox 360 game, is 108 gigabytes. The Kingdom Come game is 46 gigabytes.
Yes.
Astrobot is 40 gigabytes. It's crazy. Like I still have just the 1 terabyte, and I'm pretty good about keeping clean on like save data that I don't need anymore. I don't have many screenshots or anything like that. And when I've got a couple of chunky games on here, it's full. Like,
mine's always full. I'm always moving shit around. Fallout 76 is so big.
It's huge.
Fallout 76 is so big it can't update itself unless there's enough space to download the entire fucking game again.
When we tried playing it the last time, that is why I removed it, because I kept getting notifications that it couldn't update itself. Like, this is pissing me off, and I took it off the place.
It cannot update.
It's like 160 gigabytes. It's crazy.
It's wild. Every time it comes up, it's like, this game couldn't be updated. I'm like, oh, fuck me, dude. I have to go in and delete something so that it can update. And that game
uninstalled that because I had installed that Darktide game, and then we decided we're not playing that just yet, and I uninstalled it because every time I turn on my PlayStation, that game updates.
That's a big game too,
and that's a big game. So I finally was like, I'm just gonna delete this right now, and I'll reinstall it when we're ready.
So the cheapest one of those internal drives at 1 terabyte is $190, $51 on Best Buy
for 1 terabyte.
That is insane.
Yeah, in 2026,
that is insane.
Man, just let me put a flash drive in. Just let me do that. Those are probably really expensive too at this point.
I can't put games on a flash drive on PS5 though.
No, right, yeah. More of a facetious joke than anything, but yeah.
They're too afraid to pirate it.
Yeah. I put this in more as a joke because I thought it was funny, but Todd Howard did an interview this week, and obviously he was asked about Elder Scrolls 6, and he's saying that game is going to return to Bethesda's classic style. And
what does that mean?
The last game you released in that series was 15 years ago. What the fuck does that mean?
I think what he means by it, reading into it, is that they're not going to do stuff like Fallout 76 as an online. I think that's what he meant by it.
Yeah.
But I laugh at first glance when I read it. I'm just like, Your last game came out 15 years ago in this franchise. Like, what's a classic?
This is going to run just
that
like
is a classic game.
Get pumped.
We're going back to the arena roots.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's just like what? That's like a douchey way to say anything.
And the Morrowind routes where the draw distance is 12 feet in front of you.
Yep.
That's
like fog.
It's like when I
piss
piss
people off. 15 frames.
Yeah, I piss people off online like by saying stuff like, "Oh, I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. I can't wait to get some of that famous Raleigh pizza." Like that's the kind of like vibe of that. It's just like the people are like, "There's no fucking good pizza in Raleigh. There's no classic style."
Yeah, we're gonna go back to our roots where we just made a game where you ran around in it. You know, like the classic.
And it didn't take 30 years.
Yeah.
Right.
How about Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green coming out on Switch next week?
I mean, that's pretty.
Switch
I think that's cool. I think $20 is a perfectly fine price for it. I could play it on my TV. Okay,
that part of it.
But I think, cool, I think if they're going to do this, they also need to be like, okay, well then here's Ruby and Sapphire, and here's Emerald. Like, just keep going.
I feel like there'll be a path for that at this point, right? Like they'll just
I think
start
this is
cranking
dipping the toes.
Yeah.
See
how
it's received. Yeah.
And $20 is, like you said, Dan. It's a good price point. To be honest with you, like
is that for both of them?
No, the individual.
Come on.
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Who the fuck are you?
I know that Nintendo loves to cut you a deal on their games, so I figured, maybe they'd help us out.
Do you want to buy Mario Galaxy again? Even though we just released it.
Stranger.
And the final news article I put in here, also kind of a chuckle. The disastrous skate game, which came out earlier this year, has somehow they were able to piss off the players that are playing the game. And that is by placing the new map area behind a paywall.
What's the paywall?
So here's how it works. For how it works, starting March 10th through April 14th, only those who have the Skate Pass Premium will have access to this new area.
Oh, God, it's a subscription.
From April 14th to May 5th, open access to all players when a special in-game event will take place. So they're going to give you access to it briefly.
Give you the taste.
But then May 5th to June 2nd, those who don't have Skate Pass Premium can visit the island. It's an island. The island of Grom by spending 500 RIP chips, which is the earnable in-game currency.
That's a fucking currency name.
Which only allows 24 hours of real-time access.
That's wild.
Man, like all they had to do was make it, hey, $9.99, here's our expansion.
Exactly, right?
That would have been like the easiest thing in the world. Don't hide it behind your
But then they couldn't sell you RIP chips.
I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I don't know.
That was a 3-day meeting where they were tossing out names for premium currency.
Absolutely.
One guy said skate coins and was fired on the spot.
Out of a cannon. Not just
You're going to the Hall of Meat for real.
Jesus Christ. RIP chips is probably my new favorite currency.
Man, that's awesome. I kind of love it, actually. It sounds
really
like
good.
some bullshit you would hear in Cyberpunk.
It doesn't,
let's be honest.
It doesn't make any...
Johnny Silverhand comes down and is like, you got any RIP chips?
It doesn't make any fucking sense for a skateboarding game.
Yeah,
not at all.
I'm going to
100%
accept RIP chips as currency when I sell merch now at shows.
There you go.
It'll be
RIP chips.
like,
hey, that's going to be Dan's new meme coin, RIP coin.
I thought yours were Crip chips.
Crip chip, yeah. That's right. There's a whole...
Right.
We can't really talk about the litigation that's still ongoing.
Okay. You're right
now. From that.
His litigation is with the Bloods, not the Crips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we get into movies and stuff here, we can do game recommendations really quick. For me, I'm going to recommend that Hellmart game. I do think it's really good, especially if you like horror, especially if you're a sick individual like me that loves the simulator games. I think it's an overall really good horror game experience. So that would be my pick. You have one, Dan?
Yeah, I don't know if I've talked about this one before, but I'm going to say Tales of Symphonia for the Cube, not any of the remaster ones because they're worse.
No,
this runs
the remaster.
This runs at 60 frames. The remasters don't. Of all of the Tales games, and I've played almost all of them, this is still my favorite one. And this
was
was
like Berseria with the
I think I played a little bit of that one.
That one's good.
I definitely played Legendia. I didn't like that as much. I've played Vesperia. I did like that one, but like of all of them I've ever played, I think this is by far my favorite.
It's probably the best one.
This was like the first one that really got me hooked on it. Like the story's fantastic. This game's super long. Halfway through, like it makes a giant like twist and the whole thing kind of changes. Yeah. Just an overall like great game, like voice acting, all that kind of stuff. It's great.
Nice.
What about you, Matt?
I'm gonna say Just Cause 3.
Okay.
Just because it was just fun. So it
Just
was
fun.
crazy. Just fun. Just Cause 3 was just fun.
Just cause.
But I
People
will
used to
say
that
one
all
thing.
the fucking time at the store.
Yes,
It drove me crazy. Just cause.
I remember
like,
that.
Fucking shut up.
I will say I did pick up this week.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Lime
Talk
green
about
and
that.
white color. And I also found a physical copy of Sunset Overdrive as well. So I'm gonna
That's
fuck
pretty
yeah.
good.
plug that one in.
Nice.
Yeah, game.
Play around. Yeah.
Yes.
For Game Boy Color, you found it. For.
I would.
Oh yeah, for sure.
T-Make.
just check it.
The
Okay.
Sunset Overdrive
Matches
T-Make.
the
Have
color.
you not heard of it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How about you, Eric? You got one?
Actually, I have a different answer than what I've got on the doc. I was just gonna call out Astrobot because like my kid's been playing that more.
Such a good one,
and it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been getting more confident with doing the bosses on his own, and knocking some of that stuff out. So because when we got it originally, I played probably 85% of the levels, just because there was just certain moments where he just couldn't hit the platforming, and he's 7 now, and he's able to nail most of that stuff. And that game is just like joyous from top to bottom.
It is fantastic.
It is so good. So yeah, that's it. Play Astrobot. Yeah.
Anything you want to shout out, Ryan?
Not really, man. Just I don't know. I've been having a little bit of a gaming funk, and I think it's just because life is being life. It happens. I know I know it'll come back. I've actually been starting to research and dive into like 4K Blu-ray players and CD players in 2026. So that's kind of where my dumb brain is going right now. Then I'll buy 1,000 of those and then annoy everyone on Facebook to buy shit that I've
just get a Dreamcast and burn some VCDs.
Yeah. There you go. Problem solved.
You can play one of those, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unique to me. I'm just getting annoyed at every single streaming service, raising their prices and all that. So I'm kind of just looking to have something that's a little more.
That's what I did. I bought a Panasonic UB820 last year, and I have not looked back. So
I also feel too, just like in general, I think why I don't have games to recommend, for instance, is I just have all these like streaming and it's just digital slop. It just like, it doesn't mean anything when I have 10,000 games listed on the Steam page or whatever. And it's just like, I want to be a little more intentional with my media. And I think, maybe get a few. Like I went to Goodwill today and bought the complete series of Mr. Show. So that's the first thing I'm going to pop up. And love me some Mr. Show. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more intentional with that to see if I just helps me enjoy some of that more instead of being just
the thing that's cool now too is like I've noticed even popping in like an old DVD of something, a lot of these players upscale really well.
They do.
Things look a lot better than you would think they would look on DVD in 2026. Like regular.
I watched my DVD copy of The Cable Guy the other day, and it looks great. Looks really, really good.
And there's certain movies, like The Cable Guy. You don't need that to be 4K ultra. There's some movies that definitely is beneficial. Man, Billy Madison in 4K is not going to change my life any more than just the DVD.
When I started getting back into physical media, I was initially like, I'm just going to do 4K everything. And I very rapidly realized how much more expensive that was than just about anything else. And so I was much more selective about what I went for in that format. And other than that, Blu-ray's been fine. And there's enough stuff that's stuck in DVD purgatory where it's like, I don't want to count that out because there's a lot of stuff that you can't get beyond DVD. So yeah,
that's why I bought the Mr. Show set today. Cause cause I'm kind of just getting it back into physical with movies and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh, is there a Blu-ray? And nah, like, nope. And there never will be. Like, there's just certain things that's just what it is.
No.
A lot of those animated, like Adult Swim type things from that era, DVD only. Like most of that stuff never got upgraded. Like, yeah, even some of their biggest, like Robot Chicken, never got anything. I think Aqua Teen's still DVD only.
I don't think I'm getting 4Ks of Viva La Bam anytime soon.
Yeah. So. Probably a safe bet. Probably a safe bet.
Do you need to see Don Vito in 4K?
Great question. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, and then the answer would be I'm horrified by this, so we need to go back down to DVD. Exactly. Yeah, that would probably be the correct answer. We can kick over to movies and TVs before we get to what I'm going to call the main event of it, because there's a movie the three of us have seen here that we're going to talk about and heavily spoil, and I'm really excited to spoil
I'm spoiling everything I watched.
Yeah, everything.
I watched the new Dracula movie that's out. It's out in theaters right now here in America. It came out in France. It's from Luc Besson, the guy that did The Fifth Element, and your favorite movie, Dan, Lucy.
100% of her brain.
Everyone's favorite movie, right?
100% of her brain.
So it is, man. It is not just a retelling of Dracula. It is like this guy set out to remake Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992. But then he changes things, and they're just really bizarre changes. So, for example, there are no longer brides of Dracula in this movie. Instead, there are a bunch of little gargoyles. And they almost look like they're stop motion. They're not stop motion, but they look like they're stop motion. They're very horribly animated. And you know this, Eric. I love the 92 Dracula movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love the armor that he wears. The armor that he wears in this movie is very lame in comparison. It looks like a child put it together in comparison.
Also a bummer.
Also, instead of, just having a power to control people's minds like Dracula typically does, instead he's created a perfume in this movie. So he just walks into a room, sprays this perfume, and everybody congregates around him. Like, it's really weird. There are really weird and bizarre changes in it, but I did not hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Christoph Waltz is Van Helsing in this. He's very good. But it also has a really weird ending where instead of like being a final stand, Christoph Waltz just convinces Dracula to basically hang it up and die. That's how the movie ends. Yeah, like it's really weird. I think the guy I don't remember the guy that plays Dracula in the movie, but he does a really good job, especially when he is in the makeup playing like old man Dracula. He's really, really good. It's just a bizarre movie. It's very European, I guess would be a good way to describe it. It's very colorful. It's also a very bloodless Dracula movie. There's not a lot of blood in this movie. Like, there's a lot of scenes of him fighting and slashing people with swords and stuff, but there's no blood to it. It's like, it's a Dracula movie. Go back to that 92 movie. Movie has a
blood is kind of the core of the character.
Exactly. It's really weird. Like, there's blood when he bites people, but it's not over the top in any way or anything like that. It's just a really weird, bizarre movie. It's got some odd humor in it at times. It's really weird. So like I said, I enjoyed watching it, but I don't think it's a favorite interpretation of mine. It also reminded me I still haven't watched Nosferatu, so I think I'm going to do that this week. Well, let's talk. All right, let's talk about the main event. We're going to review three 40-year-old men are going to review The Housemaid.
Why you got to say it like that, man?
Because I think it's humorous.
You know why we watched it.
You know why I watched it. I know why you watched it.
It was a good 10 minutes while I was like, ooh, this is why we watch this movie.
Exactly. I'll start it off by saying I enjoyed the movie, but it has problems. It has faults.
By the end of it, I would tell you that, yeah, I think I liked it, but it definitely has odd character motivations.
How about the odd, strange opening of their conversation in that interview where I legitimately thought Amanda Seyfried was doing a bad job?
It made it uncomfortable to watch.
Right.
Like, it was a weird, like...
Their exchange is just really bizarre at the beginning of that movie.
But
it plays in her... It has a point.
The payoff of it is very good. Like, again, like, you know, we'll probably get into some spoilery type stuff, but, like, I think the reveal of everything, I guess, leading to that point is very good. And it actually, like, redeems her character quite a bit, redeems her as an actress quite a bit.
Yeah, very much so.
Yes.
Yeah, like, it's... Because the whole time you just, like, the movie just feels like it's not good. You know, it does. But eventually it turns out that, like, everything has been, like, very carefully orchestrated in, like, a very, like, precise way. Like, it's a good, like, switch. After that point, though, I think the movie kind of falls apart because everything's a little too convenient by the end of the movie.
There's a very, like, big coincidence at the end of this movie that is very eye-rolling.
Like, just the odds that it would be what happens is like...
but there's other things that have to fall in place for this to all work. And some of them are just too coincidental and too, like...
Character motivations change throughout the movie. Like, you can tell pretty early on that, like, something is wrong with the husband. Like, you could tell I got that vibe almost immediately when he's introduced to her. I'm like, something's wrong. So. And then, like, you're like, okay, they're probably going to sleep together at some point. And then, of course, they do. But the problem with that is like, her motivations to do it are insane. Because it's not a
100%.
Like, from her standpoint, it's not a win situation.
No,
like
not at all.
She has to live here. She has to have this job, and she throws it all away, knowing what she's doing. But then, of course, it turns out, you know, that the wife set the whole thing up anyway. Which, again, like, every time one of those things happens, where it's like...
It's almost like Gone Girl.
Yeah, but every time one of those things happens where she's like, I need you to pick her up. And then she goes to pick her up, and it's like, why would you pick her up? I told you she's doing this. Or I need you to get these tickets for this. And then, I got the tickets. Why would you get these tickets? I told you this. And you're like, oh, damn, like, she really is crazy. And it turns out it's like, she's the fucking smartest person in this whole fucking movie.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Giving her the clothes or whatever.
Yeah, that was great. Like, the car thing, like, everything. So, yeah, I would say overall I really like it. Like, the ending, strange.
Oh, man.
Like, they said that's getting a sequel, right?
There are 3 books, and yes, it is getting. Okay. It was insanely successful. It has now surpassed box office numbers. It has now surpassed Sinners.
That's crazy
in terms of box office. It's made a shit ton of money. Yes,
that's wild.
Because, like,
a lot of money, but it's a very popular book,
right?
So
I don't know. Yeah, I can't speak to how faithful it is to the book, but
from what I understand, it's pretty faithful.
Okay.
We can do, I mean, again, heavy spoilers for this movie. The end.
Yeah. So part of the movie you have to understand is, like, he basically, like, tortures these women and, like, gaslights them and breaks them by locking them in this room in the house. And she ends up getting it over on him and locking him in the room in the house. And then but at this point, the wife has escaped because she orchestrated the whole thing to basically have her take her place.
They reveal that she's orchestrated everything. Like, she purposefully picked Sydney Sweeney's character to come and work at the house because she knew that that would attract the husband and everything. And she did the tickets because she knew that would set them up to, you know, sleep together or whatever. And she orchestrated everything to get out of the situation.
To get him to throw her out, which obviously is important for how the whole thing works.
Well, and they go back to how they met.
Right.
And how she got put into this situation with him and everything. And they kind of explain that entire backstory. The part of it that's weird to me is, so her whole motivation is to get Sydney Sweeney's character in so she can get out of the situation. But then she has that weird change of motivation because the daughter is like...
the daughter's motivations are all over the place too.
But the daughter also hated Sydney Sweeney's character earlier.
So why would she care?
That doesn't make sense.
And the daughter had to have known how bad the dad was.
It feels to me like there was a scene in this movie between Sydney Sweeney's character and the daughter that they cut out that would explain a change of heart.
I told you there needed to be a scene where, like, the daughter's getting picked on by the girls in her dance class or whatever,
or something.
And Sydney Sweeney like fucking clocks one of the kids or something. It just like stands up for her. You know, some kind of scenario where like she knocks the kid off a bike or some shit or anything.
And her character has a backstory as well that's revealed. That's interesting.
Well, but her character has a backstory for standing up for someone else.
Yes.
So like, I feel like they could have done something with that with the kid, where the kid would have been that would explain why the kid at the end is like, well, we have to go back and save her. Because up until that point, I have no reason to believe that this kid gives a shit about her.
So at the end of this movie, she's turned the tables on the dude. She has the dude locked in the room up in the attic or whatever, and he's up there, and she's kind of doing her own thing, trying to figure out what she's going to do. And Amanda Seyfried's character comes back to help her, not knowing that she's not the one locked in the room. It's the husband. So she goes up there, opens the door, lets the husband out. Obviously, he's pissed off. He's going to go and attack them, and then she basically ends up pushing him off of this. I guess it's a balcony at the top of the house.
Yeah.
A staircase, and he falls and dies to his death. They then stage it as he was changing a light bulb
in the middle of the night,
and they literally unscrew this light bulb and just drop it. Okay, whatever. That's bad enough already. It's like nobody's gonna fucking believe this, but okay. So you get to and. Yeah, Amanda Seyfried's character tells Sydney Sweeney, like, go ahead and leave, get out of here, whatever. I'll take care of the cops. Cops show up. Happens to be a female officer. And this is where I say, like, romance novel logic comes into this movie. So her and the female cop are having this conversation, and the female cop goes, oh, it's her sister, right? She's like, my sister had a relationship with was her ex-fiance 8 years ago. I know what he does. I'm not going to say anything about this.
Yeah.
Looks like he fell changing a light bulb. Yeah. And I'm just like,
because, it's the cop on the scene that makes that decision, not the coroner.
It's like that. It's like that scene in the first John Wick movie where he kills all those dudes in his house and the cop comes over. Oh, you haven't guessed, John? Yep, Jimmy. Good night, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then and we were talking about this before we started recording the episode, and then they have like a funeral or whatever for the husband, and Amanda Seyfried gives Sydney Sweeney $100,000, and says, go start, a new path for your life or whatever. And my first instinct was, man, $100,000 won't even buy you a fucking house in America today, but okay, go ahead and start your life. But she then says, like, I have another friend that's having an issue. So the way they're setting up a sequel for this is they have an end scene where she's interviewing for another live-in housemaid position at this other house. And then they kind of are talking about it in the interview. And the woman she's interviewing says, well, my husband, he's a very particular man. And she reaches to go grab something. You can see a bruise on her arm.
It's set up that like she's now a hitman for this kind of shit.
She's basically like a vigilante hitman, housemaid character or whatever, which like fine, whatever. I told you at the end, I was like, yeah, I'll watch another one of these. But
so my question is, so at the end where she's interviewing as the new live-in nanny for the new people, does it look like she's in the same house?
No,
kind of, right?
I mean, a little bit, but I mean, if you're thinking like it's the neighborhood, but the way because they cut behind, I thought the same thing too, but they cut to a shot behind her when it's not the same layout for the room that was behind her. But I thought the same thing for a minute too. But,
also, does it feel like Amanda Seyfried, like the house that she was living, does that really feel like a house that would be a live-in house for a maid?
I mean, that dude was loaded, but the dude was loaded. So
they were loaded, for sure.
And obviously, if he thinks she's actually crazy and messing the house up like she was pretending to do, I guess it kind of makes sense. But I mean, what I did enjoy about the movie is like there's a lot of things where you can, once you get the reveal, even though the reveal is a little telegraphed, once you get it, you can go back and there's a lot of little things that like she says or does that like allude to what happened to her before. Well, like my favorite part was when they were checking the attic room and she's really trying to open that window. And then Amanda Seyfried comes in and she goes, trust me, that window doesn't open. I know it doesn't open. It's because she was locked in there for a month or whatever.
I told you the craziest one that I never put together until I sent you that thing was the hair on that lamp.
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know if that's intended, but it definitely could be.
It definitely looks like, because there's a part when Amanda Seyfried's character is locked in there and he starts going through his, control fetish, whatever the guy has.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, he makes her pluck out a bunch of her hair And then what somebody pointed out, like online or whatever, is that the chandelier that's hanging there, it's all her hair tied up as tassels. It looks like it could be.
His punishment strategy doesn't make any sense though, because like the hair one I kind of get, right? But the Sydney Sweeney one, he makes her cut herself like 20 something times
with that china plate.
And it's like, I don't understand that, because like that's not something she's going to be easily able to explain away, that she's got all these fucking scars on her stomach for the rest of her life.
Also, like, you know,
what happened? I fell on a china plate 27 times in a row.
Well, and then you get into the logic part of that movie where like he comes in there and she overpowers him and leaves, but it's like she has 27 cuts on her fucking abdomen. Do you know how much that would hurt?
She's bleeding.
And she's running around bending over.
Remember, she has to like peel her shirt up because it's stuck to her because she's bleeding so damn much.
There's no fucking way.
The concept of it is crazy.
Hey, it's movie magic. Get over yourself.
Stop ruining my experience, man.
Sometimes I really fucking hate movie magic because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, overall, it reminded me of the silly thrillers from the 90s. Yes. It's the kind of movie you don't get in the theaters like that anymore at all. And it was a 7 out of 10 for me, and I would watch this.
It's fair. Yeah, so, I'd watch another one.
Yeah, I'd watch another one. But how about you? You watched another big movie.
We'll save that. We'll save that one. We'll talk about the middle one, which is hit Amazon original Playdate, starring Kevin James and Alan Ritchson. What a colossal piece of garbage this movie was.
It was not that
Did you watch it? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's trash. Like I only watched it because I wanted to see Alan Ritchson do something, because I love him from Reacher so damn much.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he is the only good part of this movie. Like the only possible redeeming part of this movie. Kevin James is insufferable. They don't work. No kidding. They don't work super great as a team. The plot of the movie is like he's the new stepdad to this kid who I can't get along with the kid because he doesn't like sports like I do. He likes theater and stuff like that. So they make plenty of reference jokes about that kind of stuff, which is like, okay, man, I fucking get it.
Man, he really is. Kevin James is really stuck in a different era.
Yeah, it's straight. Yeah, he's stuck like 15 years ago. And so then he gets fired from his job, which, you know, is a 2-minute scene, which seems irrelevant now. Like they could have just said he didn't have a job and it would have been fine. And then he meets Alan Ritchson at the park with this kid, and the kid is like can do kung fu and like he can throw a football super hard and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of weird. But then the kids start to hang out and play, and then Alan Ritchson's character, I still don't understand his motive, like his character's behavior, like at all, because it's never really explained. But he's very like over the top, energetic, and very like into everything. And it boils down to he kidnapped this kid from some fucking like scientist place thing he worked at. I can't even remember how they justify it. Yeah, I can't even. I don't know how they justify it. But it turns out
it has like some clone thing.
It turns out the kid is a clone of him.
Oh, that's weird.
And because all the random blood tests they did were taking his blood to clone him, and then it turns out they cloned him like 100 times. So there's a scene in this movie where he literally fights children, which is insane. Like the whole
I'm listening.
The whole movie's insane.
Yeah, I might be back on board.
You're not. Because and the way they get away with it, him being a clone, is they all have these weird like steel masks. Like if you remember, or like skull masks. You know what it reminded me, Matt? It was like that Triple H entrance at WrestleMania with the mask. It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Army of Two.
Yeah, or that. But like he just beats up all these little kids, and then there's a joke about how Kevin James keeps trying to run people over with his car and he keeps missing. There's a weird group of like mafia moms at the park who all drive the same minivan, and the one's led by like Ela Fisher, and it's just like, why are you here? Kind of like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There's a fight scene in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Man.
There's a joke where they think Kevin James kidnapped a kid from the Chuck E. Cheese, so there's an Amber Alert out for him around the entire fucking city, and his face is on all these things, so they all think he's a pervert.
Jeez.
It's just,
and that's where the mafia comes through.
Yeah, that's where the mafia shows up, and they think there's that pervert, so they got to take him down. But then correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but she had her son try to tase him, and then the son tased her. Wouldn't they be dead? They were driving on the highway.
Yeah, probably safe.
They were driving on the highway like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, because she was like, tased. This is where your Fortnite skills are going to come into play.
It's just,
oh, God.
It's the kind of movie where I have no clue who the fuck it's for. I really don't at all.
Man. Yeah, I mean, at this point, who is Kevin James for?
I don't. People,
just kind of a general.
Non-political people who want to pretend they're not political.
If it's not Paul Blart 3, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Grown Ups 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that mess. That was, like I said, a complete mess. Then I watched the hit film, 2026 Oscar contender, Mercy, starring Chris Pratt, who I do not like as a person, and it turns out I don't like him as an actor either.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
That movie is, I would tell you that I find the idea of the movie interesting, but the way it plays out is not.
But the execution is poor.
So the whole point is like, it's like Minority Report level stuff where it's like,
okay,
you committed a crime, we arrested you, you have 90 minutes to prove that you're innocent, and you have access to because it's AI, it has access to everyone's phones and like the cloud and everything. So like you can search through anything you want. One of the cool things I do like the movie is it does run in real time. So like he does actually have 90 minutes to do it, and the movie kind of keeps moving.
Thankfully, the movie is only 90 minutes long.
It's like 100. Because it pretty much starts with him like in the room in the chair. So it is like real time and stuff like that. And then like, obviously the mystery gets slowly revealed. You can figure out who did it in about 15 minutes.
Sweet. But
then like, how he did it makes no fucking sense. He hid in his house for 2 days in the basement. How the fuck does it work? What? So basically, like his wife gets killed. They think he killed his wife because he's a drunk who fell off the wagon, and he went home and they had an argument. And then 20 minutes later, she was found dead by their daughter. So it's like, you did it because you were the only person in the house because we saw your Ring camera. We're trying to find a missing dog in the neighborhood, but instead we found you killing your wife.
Wow, well, that works out.
So, but as the movie goes on, they talk about like how this Mercy program has killed, put 18 people to death. And it turns out that the guy who did it, spoiler, is the brother of the very first guy that was killed by the Mercy program. And who's the guy that did it? The guy who happens to work with his wife and happened to be at an AA meeting he just randomly went into one day. This is fucking Los Angeles. How is that possible? That guy works with his wife and didn't know him then, but then saw him when he went into an AA meeting and then decided, I'm going to hide in this guy's house for 2 days until he can stab his wife when they have an argument over his drinking. Like, because the guy becomes like his sponsor to like get ingrained with him. Then he steals drugs from the place he works to build this giant fucking bomb in a truck, and he's going to drive it into the Mercy building and blow the whole fucking city up.
Whoa.
Because it turns out, shocker, extra twist, his brother didn't actually do it.
Oh my
God. Someone else killed someone, so his brother shouldn't have been put to death. But how did they win the trial so convincingly? Oh, it's because your buddy Chris Pratt's partner, again, coincidence of all, fucking hid the evidence. Like dropped a knife off an overpass or some shit and then framed that guy. But of course she's helping him catch this guy the whole time, knowing that she's responsible for what's happening. Another movie where motivations in retrospect make zero fucking sense. It's just the idea of it's cool. Like the AI judge aspect of it is interesting, and like Rebecca Ferguson is very good in it. But they have this thing where it's like basically he's 97.5% guilty or something, or 96%. And if it gets to 90, here's the weird part to me. They have this percentage scale of how guilty you are, right? Now he's at like 96. If you get to 98, we kill you on the spot. Not 100.
Oh no.
Not 100. 98. We kill you on the spot.
That's where they get you.
And if you can get it below 92, we won't kill you. So why is the scale 92 to 98 and you start in the middle?
That's weird.
Man, that's 6%.
It's like
makes
the
a big difference.
Oh shit! It got a 7.
Yeah,
that game sucks.
Oh no.
7 means we execute you. I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and then of course, like the AI starts to. Is it becoming human while he's talking to it? Because it's starting. She's like, you're not analyzing the evidence. You're trusting your gut. And he's like, maybe you should trust yours. And then at the end of the movie, the AI fucking helps him trick the guy who's driving the bomb to blow. Like, it becomes human for like a minute. And then at the end, it just says, his name is Chris Raven because he's fucking cool as hell. Yeah, Chris Raven. And it's probably what he calls himself in real life. I'm Chris Raven as he walks around.
I'm Chris Raven.
And then at the end, like, he's talking to his daughter got taken hostage by the bomb guy, by the way. She was in the truck the whole time. And then at the end, he's like hugging her in the lobby of the place. And then at the top of the screen just says, "Case dismissed." And then that's the fucking end of the movie. It just stops. It literally, like it reminds me of like how a fucking like Arnold movie from like the early 2000s would end.
Right? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That name, like Chris Raven, it's like Demolition Man.
Exactly.
John.
You know what? That's kind of what it is. It's funny.
The movie reminds me. Did you ever see that Matthew McConaughey one with the crazy twist that he's in his son's video game?
Yeah. Yes. Serenity.
That's what it reminded me of. Serenity.
Yeah, what a fucking that movie at least is like so bad. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
Where it's like, like that movie takes a shift like halfway through, and then that's revealed, and it's like, what?
I remember that movie because his name is Baker Dill.
Baker Dill is Matthew McConaughey.
It's because the bad guy, or like it's because his dad's name in the real world is like Dylan Baker. That was like the thing. Yeah. But man, God, this has like moments of like level. It could be interesting, but it's just. Again, it's not saying Chris Pratt, America's sweetheart.
I mean, I was hugely looking forward to it, so this is a massive blow.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody's going to recover from learning that Mercy from Amazon Studios is not very good.
Oh man, I'm put down. I'm not going to be able to get through it.
What about you, Eric?
I've watched a couple things recently. Kyle, you and I have talked about some of these, but I watched through the new Genndy Tartakovsky movie. That's the guy that did Samurai Jack.
You talking about the show?
Not show. I'm sorry. The show Primal.
Okay.
First 3 seasons. The third
season's ongoing right now, right? Or did it just finish?
It just finished. Okay. Yeah. So I watched the first 2 seasons.
So I've seen the first season of that show, and I have a hard time when things like I can watch people die in movies and shit all day, but I have a hard time when it's animal stuff. So that is why, because my fiance loves Primal and wants to watch these other 2 seasons. Yeah. And I'm just very hesitant because I'm like, I have a really hard time anytime it has anything to do with animal death or anything like that. So that's
Let me tell you, there's more of that in season 2.
Oh, I'm sure. I know there is. I know that there is. I can appreciate that the animation is incredible and it tells a really interesting story with no dialogue, basically.
Yeah, they do some like there's one really interesting episode where they jump to the 1800s.
Okay.
And it is basically a whole episode about Charles Darwin trying to convince his scientific colleagues that his theories are correct.
Okay.
And I don't really want to spoil it, but it the whole episode just goes through this wild fight and occurrence within this like rich man's mansion that like culminates with Charles Darwin and this other guy beating the shit out of a criminal that broke into their house. Okay. And it's wild. But that show, I finished season 2.
Okay.
The ending kind of threw me for a loop a little bit.
Well, you probably at least know just by the artwork what the twist is for this new season.
That he dies at the end of season 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's kind of he's like resurrected or something like that in the 3rd season.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes. But I really, really like that show. So I enjoyed those 2 seasons. I rewatched The Brutalist with Adrian Brody.
It's a long movie.
It's a great one though. I saw it at the theater when it came out last year, 3.5 hours long. And it's really, really good. Adrian Brody becomes a different person in that movie. And yeah, it's if you're looking for a American epic, that's a pretty good one. Rewatched Blue Velvet. I had not watched my Criterion 4K of Blue Velvet, the David Lynch movie, and that 4K that is one of the best cases that I have seen
for a 4K.
For not only for 4K but for HDR in movies. Like it really, the blacks in that movie are oppressive. It just looks, that movie feels so different because when I originally watched it, it was on streaming and it was streaming quality. Everything is too bright. It's washed out.
Yeah.
Watching on the disc, it was a completely different movie. So that was really good. And then lastly, I watched through all 5 movies in the Bourne franchise.
So even the Jeremy Renner one?
Yeah, I did that last year.
Yeah, that movie sucks.
Okay.
The Jeremy Renner.
I've never seen the Jeremy Renner one.
It takes you out of the whole thing. Like it's.
Okay. It is so dumb. Like he's a part of a separate program, but in this program, they have to take drugs, and one drug makes them smart, one drug makes them strong.
That's very dumb.
But he can't. So like his mission for half of this movie is to go around the world to the factory that makes the drugs because he needs to take the drugs so he doesn't get stupid and weak.
That's very dumb.
But then with Rachel Weisz is in that movie, and at some point she's like, "Well, you've been taking the drugs for long enough, so the effects are permanent now. You don't need it anymore.
You are the drug."
And it's like, what? And then like I don't even remember the ending of that movie because it's just something that like so
shoehorn into the whole fucking
so forgettable
franchise as a whole.
Do
they even mention anything about that in the one after it?
No.
With
not in the one after it. There is a brief mention of
they talk about Bourne
being in New York.
Okay.
Because it
takes place at the same time.
Ties into the end. Yeah, it takes place at the same time as the third movie, as Ultimatum. Which those first 3 movies, rock solid.
Movies.
That second and third movie, awesome. The first one is a little dated now, still good, but that second and third movie, Supremacy and Ultimatum. Fantastic. And then the last one, Legacy, very forgettable. I mean, there's a cool car chase with an armored truck smashing through downtown Las Vegas. That was pretty fun. Vincent Cassel is a good villain. I like him in general, so that was okay. But I did enjoy, there is one point in that movie where they cashed in on the meme where they just said, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
There's that. Isn't that also the one that has the scene where he's in the guy's office?
No, that's the third one.
Or is that a different? That's the third one. Okay.
Which has the all-time fucking classic. Where are you? I'm in my office. I find that very unlikely.
I find that highly unlikely.
Why is that? That's such a fucking great line.
Or when he's talking to the Pamela Landy, he's like, "You should get some sleep, Pam. You look tired."
Yeah.
Like, it's just
he's always constantly on a roof adjacent to you, watching what you're doing.
And somehow the zoom on whatever scope he has is insane. Like the level of detail.
400 times scope. You can read documents through a
insane.
window.
He's 3 blocks away. The wind is blowing. Yeah. There's a storm. He's like, "You should get some sleep." Okay. But yeah, that's really about it.
Well, I think you're doing the same thing that I'm doing next week, which is you're going to start rewatching Twin Peaks on Twin Peaks Day.
Tuesday.
Ready? I'm gonna finally crack open my box set that I've opened it and looked at it, but I've not rewatched Twin Peaks since the last season came out. Because I watched that entire season as it aired that entire
10
summer,
years, almost 10
and
years
then immediately
now.
rewatched that season again right after that with my fiance at the time. So I rewatched it twice, and then I've been good for a while, but like as the years have gone on, seeing different clips and stuff of it, I just want to see it again because it probably, like, outside of like some of the sitcoms and stuff, it is probably my favorite show of all time. Like it is just
the Return series, that was 2017.
2017.
So
it's been almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
That was, I thought the other day, I'm like, that was just a couple years ago. No, that was a decade ago.
Nope. Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to
I'm going to do the
through
thing
that
where
again.
I'm just going to watch an episode of it a day.
That's
what I'm going to do.
That's what we've been doing. Monica and I have been watching Star Trek Next Generation, and that's basically, we watch usually 1 episode a night. If we happen to feel like we're being wild, maybe we'll watch 2.
Yeah.
But that's been a great
I'm excited to watch that box set because I've only ever watched that show in some sort of streaming form.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure I'm
excited to see that. I think in that box set, the first episode is remastered in 4K. The rest is like Blu-ray. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So that'll be interesting.
Looking forward to that.
Not bad.
What about you, Matt?
So I watched the most insane, crazy monkey movie I've ever seen in my life.
Dan loves monkey movies.
Fucking hate monkey movies. Except Dunstan Checks In.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I should have rewatched Dunstan Checks In versus this one. So, all in all, I went ahead and watched Primate. It's It's not horrible.
Okay.
But it's also not like fantastic. It's a little confusing at one point because in the very opening scene, it's like a vet going into the cage where this monkey is, and the monkey ends up killing the vet. Okay. Solid. Like I'm cool with that. That's
as they are wont to do. Yes.
Right. Right. As it happens. The only problem I have is about then 20 minutes into the movie, they re-show that entire scene. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense because I've already seen this scene. I've seen exactly what happens. Like, why are we back at it?
Is it from a different perspective or is it just...
It's like the exact same scene again in the movie, which then made me think about it. And I was like, well, why didn't they just... So essentially what happens is a mongoose gets into this monkey's cage and bites him. What happens? The monkey gets rabies. That makes sense. It's a pretty
fucking mongoose, man.
Fucking mongooses. So the only thing at that point, then I started thinking about why didn't the opening scene of the movie be the mongoose in the cage biting the monkey,
right?
To then go be like, oh, well, that's how the monkeys got rabies.
They want you to guess.
It's not even worth it to guess. Like, I mean, it's horrible in the way they're doing it. The only thing that's redeeming in this movie is the kills that the monkey performs.
Are there good kills?
That is fantastic. The monkey is fantastic at killing people. I will say one of the things about it. So like everything that happens, like every kill that he performs, you could literally believe it can actually happen because, you know, like there was a, you know, what was it back in like the early mid 80s, early 90s, that lady got her face ripped off by her pet monkey at one point in time.
Yeah, sure did.
That's the first kill of this entire movie. He literally grabs the dude by his face and just yanks it off. And I was like, that's wild. So
that's bananas.
Bananas.
There it is.
Yeah, I will say though, like it wasn't horrible. Like you can already tell what's going to happen. Like everything that happens in this movie,
it's very predictable.
It's very, very predictable. So it wasn't like great and it wasn't crazy, but it was actually entertaining in a way because, like I said, which is crazy that the monkey is the one that makes this entire movie watchable. Yeah, it
sounds like some good slop.
You're saying Dustin really checked in this one.
Oh man, I feel like Dunstan's grandpa or Dunstan was the grandpa to this monkey because he just went ape shit. All in all, though, yeah, like I said, it was nothing like super crazy, but I will say if you have like some time, give it a watch because the kills that actually are performed in it are really well done and pretty cool. So all in all, I mean, it's not something I would definitely rewatch, you know, like it's not going to be on my top list, but it is something that I probably, if I saw it on like just streaming, like a streaming app or something like that, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what? I'll rewatch this shit. It's cool. Like whatever. Yeah.
I was going to mention, I don't think I mentioned it the last time we recorded either, but the other movie that I watched, and I just remembered it now, was that Netflix one, The Rip, with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
The Rip Chips?
Very good. The Rip Chips, yeah. All the Rip Chips. Very good, like, heist / like, whodunit, you know, are these cops corrupt or not? That wasn't
Good Will Hunting too?
Yeah, it's Good Will Hunting too.
Okay. All right.
Got a little wild.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Like, I went into it shrugging my shoulders and going, oh, it's a Netflix movie. It'll probably be kind of mid because a lot of times those are, and came out of it saying like this actually was pretty legitimately good. So that is definitely worth a watch. Anything you've watched recently, Ryan?
So I'm powering through makes it sound negative how I'm enjoying it, but the last couple
logging
seasons
through
of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
Yeah. Through that. Okay. That's my eating lunch show.
Okay.
You know, watch an episode of that while I'm eating.
Yeah.
I watch movies on planes. That is the majority of the time that I get to watch them. And recently I've watched The Naked Gun, the new one.
The new one.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not good, but it has enough bits that, like, in a vacuum, those bits made me laugh.
Yeah, overall, I think we liked it. Like, yeah, I think it's...
Yeah. As an overall product, it is what it is.
Right.
Like, no one's expecting high art here by any means, but...
The snowman thing funny.
Fucking killed me in real time, like, because the thing about that bit I like the most is that it goes on too long, but like because it keeps getting crazier somehow. And it starts crazy. So that part, that fucking guy, I still think about that and still laugh because it's just so fucking insane.
I love that part, and then the one just small bit that made me laugh out loud on a red-eye flight, which I don't like to be that guy. But it just caught me, was when he's stuck in, spoilers if anyone's gonna get upset about fucking naked gun.
Yeah. The Naked Gun.
Yeah. But when he's the smart car is going out of control and like locks him in there, and he shoots out the window, he knocks the glass out, and then it's like, the bees and all
the balloons and all that shit.
And then when they walk, like, that part in itself is fine, but when they walk by and they do the parody of the glass bit, and it's just like a perfect new windshield that fits exactly on it.
Yeah,
I lost my shit when that happened. Like, that's like a good twist on a classic bit. Mm-hmm. Like I said, not great, but it's written by I never remember his last name, Akiva from Lonely Island.
Yeah. It was just one of those movies where I think it's fun to watch as long as you understand what it's going to be, and you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, like you don't go in expecting the winner of Best Picture at the Oscars or anything like that. But
the part of that movie that got me was the chili dog thing.
Where he slides against the wall, just slides down as he keeps going.
5 more that day. That's the part of the movie that got me really hard because it just was so ridiculous. But I enjoyed it. It's not like great or change the world or anything like that, but it has its moments.
I think a lot of people analyze art, whether it's games, movies, TV, that like. It's either a classic masterpiece that'll stand the test of time, or it's shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, there's levels to this. Like I did not regret watching that while on a plane flying. No. Like it was totally fine. And then this week I actually watched Iron Man 3. For the first time.
I like that movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, I got about, I don't know, 10 years behind on Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. So I'm kind of just like, and I haven't seen these since they originally came out. So I'm kind of just going back from the beginning and watching through. And again, most of it's not high art. There's some legit really good ones, and a lot of it's just what it is. And I enjoy it. There's no, I never finish one of these movies and go, fuck. That might happen as I get going through again, but But so far, I'm just like, it's fun.
I liked Iron Man 3 better than Iron Man 2. Upon a rewatch, initially original viewing, I hated Iron Man 3, but a rewatch, I liked it a lot more.
I think I like 2 more because I like Sam Rockwell's character more.
He is good.
I think
that's true. Yeah,
like carries that movie up. Ryan, definitely, if you're going through the Marvel universe, there is one specific one where you will watch it and go, fuck at the end.
I'm not sure.
Eternals.
I'm not going to say what it is, but shockingly, not Eternals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that is shocking. I'm literally, I found a list of, and it's out there, but I'm watching it in release order.
Yeah,
just so I can kind of see the progression.
Yeah.
And I know there's other lists where you can do chronological.
I think for the sake of this, makes more sense.
Release order is always the best way to do it, I think, because it's like you're going off of the way that
they're written that way.
Exactly.
They're meant to be made in this order. Like, retconning stuff doesn't work.
I do the same thing for video games too.
Yeah,
because video games is obviously different than movies in that regard. But like with video games, like, okay, even if the story is this, I can't do the backward steps in technology and features and quality of life and all that. Like I can power through the first Assassin's Creed if I haven't played any of the other Assassin's Creeds. Like it just makes it unbearable to get through.
God, I can't imagine going back to play Assassin's Creed 1 these days. Jesus Christ.
I don't think there's a good way you can play that today. Because I think it's just locked to the older system.
I don't know if they ever.
I think it's backwards.
Let me just pull it out.
I don't think they ever made it in the new systems. Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously they've done remasters.
They did Ezio Trilogy, which is I mean, to be honest,
remake of Black Flag is probably coming at some point.
To be honest, there's no reason to play Assassin's Creed 1 in 2026. Like, there just isn't.
Probably not.
Just if you want the
backwards compatible on Series X.
If you want the story,
the 360 version.
If you want the story, just go watch the YouTube. Somebody did a 40-minute story.
I'd rather watch the movie. Thank you very much.
As someone who's seen that movie,
Michael Fassbender?
No, you wouldn't. I suck. The movie sucks for a video game movie. Let's put it that way.
It's lower on the list of video game adaptations for sure. Would you say it's at like maybe a hair above like the Uwe Boll?
No,
that's too low. Like, come on.
Okay. I don't know if I ever sat through the Assassin's Creed.
I don't think you did. I think you made me watch it, and I told you it sucked.
It sounds like something. I would have done. Yeah. Like, Dan, watch this slop.
Do this for me. I will not.
Tell me if it's bad.
I said,
it's bad.
Hell yeah, I will. And then it's awful.
We can kick over to the few emails we have here. The first one we have is from Jack from Redacted. It says, hey, 572 crew, loved your commentary last episode regarding the changes to the dress code at GameStop. As a tenured manager, I can 100% attest that it was getting wildly out of control. Even at my own store, while I would at least try to wear game-related t-shirts and jeans, I saw within my district people wearing gym shorts and undershirts and you name it. It just gave an even more sense of making this company look more like a joke than anything else. A real level of unprofessionalism. I have no problems with wearing polos and a pair of jeans. There's a lot of shitty things this company is doing, but this isn't one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, to be fair, they're lucky they're still letting them wear jeans.
Yeah, they could have gone
for a while. For a while, we weren't allowed to. Remember? I mean, Eric, you were there. We weren't allowed to wear jeans for a long time.
Khakis.
I think, like the first time I worked there in 2006, it was only dress pants, polo, whatever. When I started in 2013, I think it was still like that. And then roughly right after I started, it was like, okay, you can wear jeans. And then it was.
But even then, it was jeans and polos for a while.
We sell.
Yeah, and then it became t-shirts we sell. And then it became like game-related t-shirts. But like it's exactly. I'm glad that somebody out there agrees or at least notices that. Yeah, man, like it got out. It's
not all just meltdown like the GameStop subreddit.
Well, the GameStop subreddit, I mean, as someone who trolls that thing to look for these idiot posts, it's nothing but complainers and Kool-Aid drinkers. It's all that place is. There's no reasonable.
That's all that's left.
There's no reasonable people on that fucking Reddit. No, like at all.
No. You're challenging that whole subreddit.
I'm challenging. Well, to be fair, I'm challenging one specific person on that subreddit.
Fight me.
I'm challenging one very specific person on that subreddit, but I will not say their username. But if you've been on it, you know who it is. Person sucks.
Claire from Kansas City, Missouri. Howdy, guys. Curious if any of you have seen the trailer for the new Mummy movie coming out in April. Any excitement over this? It seems wildly different than the other takes on the franchise.
I really thought when you sent me that link that it was going to be like the Brendan Fraser, like
I thought so too.
No. Dude, my brain, at the end of the show, I was
crazy.
Like, I don't even want to know what fucking happened to Katie. Like, she can go back into the casket.
She can go back into the sarcophagus. Well, because they even ask in the middle of the trailer, and that's the big question is like, what was their girl doing in this like 1,000-year-old sarcophagus?
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, what makes it even crazier is number
crazy.
One, you pulled her out. And then number two, she's alive. At that point, I would have been like, nah, she needs to go back.
Yeah,
close it up.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Close it up.
Go back to the box.
Roll them up.
So it's from the guy that directed the Evil Dead Rise that came out a couple years ago, which I really liked. So I will watch it. I'm not going to rush out to the theater.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Now, if it's the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie, I'm there day one.
Hey, we're getting the fourth Brendan Fraser.
I know. That's why I'm there day one.
So,
yep.
They're doing is it in March when they're bringing back the original in the theater for 25th anniversary?
Oh, I didn't even know that. I want to go see that.
Did you not know that?
No.
I didn't know that
I think it's the end of March, like March 27th.
And I think Rachel Weisz is coming back for this one, right?
They announced that Brendan Fraser and Rachel, they're both.
How are they going to rewrite that the other way?
I think because it was technically the same character in the third movie, just a different actress.
But in the third movie they play it off as a joke because she wrote the books and like that was supposed to be like her in the books. So I wonder if they'll even acknowledge it.
You know what? We live in a world where the end of Roseanne got rewritten and then rewritten. We can rewrite Mummy.
At this point, I don't think anybody's going to complain. I would rather they just don't even acknowledge it and they just move on.
Yeah, just move back in.
Probably the best
honestly,
way to go.
Ignore that the third one ever happened. It's non-canon. Yeah.
Remember that time you
March 27th is when it comes out.
Okay. March 27th, you said?
Yeah. All right, I'll have to go see that. I love those movies.
You're going to love this next email, Dan, because it made me happy.
Well, I love them all, so you'll have to sell it.
Jeremy
extra.
from Redding, California. A few episodes ago, I heard both you guys talk highly about Mind's Eye.
Oh, no.
We did.
And out of sheer boredom and the fact that the game was on sale for $10, I decided to dive in and give it a shot. I just wanted to say thank you.
What have you done?
I finished the game in 2 settings. I enjoyed the entire game from beginning to end, and I 100% agree with you guys. It totally feels like a game from the late PS2, early 360 generation. Thanks for talking about the game. I would have never even considered giving it a shot.
Okay. Mind's Eye needs to pay us. No, I want money right now. I want to be in the Mind's Eye Creator Program. I want to be sponsored on Twitch to play nothing but Mind's Eye. I want it all. Because I think we just sold more copy of Mind's Eye than they have in 6 months.
Right.
And and now that he's played it, more people need to play it because
more people need to play it.
The game is... It's exactly what we said it is. It's the dumbest fucking game in the best way possible. Because it makes no goddamn sense at all.
Like highly enjoyable.
I told you, game. For as dumb as it was, and for as like stupid of a time I had as playing it, like when it was all said and done, I'm kind of bummed it's over. Like I kind of want to play more Mind's Eye because of how fucking stupid it is.
It is ridiculous.
Mind's Eye 2, man.
I want it.
I would never kill for Mind's Eye 2 at this point. But the thing is, we know what I want from Mind's Eye 2? I don't want them to change a damn thing. I want it to take place in the same empty world with the same awful cars, and I'm just killing more robots, and I've got the sun laser drone. That's all I want. I just want more
The crazy thing to me is that you had that glitch in the game where you couldn't fast travel anymore through the rest of it or skip the driving.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that, and you still enjoyed it.
Did I not tell you about that, Eric? There's a mechanic in the game. There's a mechanic in the game pretty early on where you're constantly driving to places, but it eventually it understands you don't want to do that, so it's like hold X to skip to the next place. That disappeared for me 20% of the game. I thought they took it away. Then Kyle played the whole thing. He's like, no, I had it the whole time. I never had it again. I couldn't do it.
I'll tell you my moment where it clicked for me, and I was like, this is great. And that was in the very beginning when you get to that facility and you get in that stupid little go-kart thing. Yeah, the little buggy with the lady. And I just was like, all right. And I hit the gas and that thing goes like a fucking 100 miles an hour down that hallway. And I'm like, this is really fucking stupid in the best possible way. There's no reason for this thing to go this fast.
No. I told you,
man, is this whole game going to be like this?
My favorite thing about the entire game is that it takes place over the course of 6 days.
That guy never sleeps.
That guy never sleeps, never eats.
No.
He is
awesome. I think so many plot lines that are just not returned to.
No. Oh God.
Mind's Eye.
Don't need to give us a call.
But yeah.
Mind's Eye.
I want to know.
Mind's Eye.
Please.
He's related to John
Halo. Jake Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
Jake Mind's Eye.
I think my buddy and I were saying it's there was I'm Jacob Mind and I'm John I. Together we're Mind's Eye. And that should have been the buddy cop aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dumb. Oh, I'm glad somebody else played it because we did. That makes me happy.
All right. And our final email, which for whatever reason I didn't copy and where this person is from, I apologize. But Andy writes into us this from the void. Yeah, that's what we'll say.
Andy from the Suicide Squad.
Oh,
there you go. He brought it back to us.
Yeah.
Hey, 572 crew. I know it comes up a lot on the podcast, but I'm curious what you guys think about the next console generation actually being delayed. It seems like a lot of developers have a hard time with developing on UE5 for these systems and modern PC hardware. You have an entire problem with unobtainable hardware like RAM and GPUs skyrocketing in price due to AI. And honestly, this generation seemed to be an incredibly slow start for people to adapt to anyways. I didn't even pick up a PS5 until late 2022. Does it make more sense for us to just wait it out until 2029, 2030 and hope that prices come down? I just think that these companies come out with a new system that is over $1,000. Most common people will be completely checked out at this point. What do you all think?
What year did the PS5 come out again?
2020.
2020, yeah, because I think I got mine in 2022 as well, because I got mine the same year as God of War Ragnarok.
2022.
Was that 20?
There was a long time where it wasn't even just that like you couldn't find them, it's just that they weren't really selling because it didn't have outside of Demon Souls, there really wasn't like a major reason to get one.
They didn't get, and then 2022 you had the Horizon sequel like earlier in the year, and then you had God of War Ragnarok at the end of the year, so you had an excuse.
They even did a God of War bundle, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what I bought. I still have the blue controller from that.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
It's gotten the shit beaten out of it by a 6/7-year-old, but
I worry about like these next gen systems. I don't even know if like waiting is going to drop the price at all. Like I think
I don't know right now.
Not in this current climate. I don't think
not
so.
When the Pro came out at $800 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's
I just wonder at what point they're going to start, because I don't think we've even reached the point with the base level PS5 where we're seeing diminishing returns on the hardware. Like it's older hardware at this point, but like I'm playing games that look really, really good still, and they're relatively new.
Part of the biggest difference I think between like why is the PS5 taking longer versus like other generations, like AAA games don't come out anywhere near as fast as they used to.
Yeah.
Like you would get a Splinter Cell game every year. You would get an Assassin's Creed game every year. You get two in a year sometimes. Now it's every 2 years.
The Mass Effect trilogy in the time that it would take to make one Mass Effect.
That came out on one console. That would never happen.
One console cycle.
No. All three Uncharted's, same console.
Look at Final Fantasy VII Remake. Look how long
that's going to stretch between 3 console generations.
But look how long apart those parts are for a game that is essentially one game. Like that's how long this stuff is taking. And like the difference between Final Fantasy 15 and 16 coming out is the same amount of time it took from like 1 to 10. Like
it really is.
That is
really
insane. But it's because 1 to 10 would have been what? 13.
10 would have been 20. 10 would have been 2001.
Right. So
and when was 1?
1 would have been like what?
87, 88,
87. So that's somewhere around there.
So 13 years, 14 years.
And 15 came out in. When did 15 come out?
2015.
Yeah. And 16.
And the other one was 2023.
Yeah.
So it's almost 10 years.
So, but like think about like the amount of time it took between one game as opposed to 10 of them. And that's with tactics in between and other like offshoot things too.
Spin-offs and stuff.
It's just it's crazy to think about. But I don't know. I don't want a new console anytime soon. Please don't make me buy another console.
I didn't want them to make this Pro thing, and they did. So
Yeah. I anticipate that at some point the base PS5 that I have will die. I will probably upgrade to a Pro, and it will probably stay that way for 6-7 years.
My OG died, and I bought a regular instead of a Pro because I couldn't justify
Slim or whatever.
Yeah, because I couldn't justify the cost for what.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it'll depend on
when it dies.
When mine dies. Yeah, if it's next week. I'll just get a regular one. If it's in a couple years, maybe.
I think the interesting telling point will be to see how some of these games like Control Resonant runs, like when it actually comes out, or GTA. I think
GTA I think is the first real test of
I think so.
What are these base consoles going to be able to do? Because GTA is going to be
crazy.
It is. Good Lord. 100%.
You think that game is multiple discs?
No.
Okay.
You're lucky you're getting a disc.
Did they ever shoot down that rumor that they were going to only sell it digitally first?
I don't think that would ever happen. I think you'd lose. I think you lose too many sales doing that.
You lose too many people. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There's no reason to. I think the digital sales for that game are going to be astounding because you're going to be able to preload it.
You've already had people that have pre-ordered.
People want to play it.
They're still astounding for $5. Right?
But people want to play that game immediately. So they're like, and GameStop doesn't do midnights anymore. Goddamn right, they're going to be doing for
that's
GameStop
what I've done with the last couple. That's what I've done for the last couple of Resident Evil games. So like Resident Evil 9, I bought digitally, and I'll be able to preload it this week. I did that for Village.
And you buy a physical copy when it's $20.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll buy a physical copy, put on the shelf. That's what I did for Village, and the other one, I think 7 was the last one I bought physically right away.
Well, you wanted
I did the same thing for 2 and 3,
right? You wanted the house.
I both do and don't regret getting the house. I got the Jill statue. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's more important.
They made that for me, and I got that. So we did it.
Special thing for Kyle.
They did, especially for me. That's going to wrap up podcast for this week. As always, send your emails into podcast572@gmail.com. Is there anything you wanted to plug, Ryan?
Just going on tour again.
Wow, that's thrilling. Exciting. He sold it.
I know.
Good. Can you
come to the show or fucking don't?
Do you hear the ticket sales from here?
Yeah. Crippledthreat.com. You can see all the sites I have. Starting in March, I'm going on tour with Samuel J. Comroe, who is another alum of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, you were there.
America's Got Talent. I did a good Obama impression for years on Saturday Night Live. Very controversial. So we're going on a tour starting in March. It's called the Almost Perfect Tour. So we're starting on March 18th in Columbus, Ohio. Then we have Toledo, Ohio after that, Kansas City, Omaha. We're doing Escondido, Salem, Oregon, Enumclaw, Washington, Gig Harbor, Washington. Got stuff in St. Louis coming up. Whole big stuff going on. It's all on my website. So check out that and buy those tickets. Because having kids near me, I will buy tickets. I'm trying, man.
Look, man, Ohio's not too far out.
It is. I don't think you understand how geography works.
Matt's driven like 8 hours to come see me before. Well, so just throwing that out.
Jesus, guys.
The last time I drove like 30 minutes. Okay, so
no. I was saying
basically in my backyard.
Yeah. I was saying that as like I was really bummed that Matt showed up.
Yeah,
because
I thought you were just far enough away.
Yeah, because he drove that far, and you're like, fuck, I gotta hang out with him now. Like that's too far. 10 15 minutes away. Fuck him. But 8 hours.
Jesus.
Like, damn it.
But yeah, otherwise we'll be back in another 2 weeks for another edition of the podcast. Thank you for listening.
Congrats on 100 episodes.
Or watching 100 episodes.
Yeah. Congrats.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you, everyone.
Who gets fired before next week?
Ooh. Whose bomb in their head explodes because they disobeyed the orders of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it did it at the end. Well, again, thank you for listening.
I think you know the title of the episode.
There you go.
Yeah, the housemate.
Thank you for listening or watching.
The housemate.
There you go.